Path of Night, Brine and Blood is an actual play Hunter the Reckoning podcast set in the world of darkness. We're all friends, we're here to have fun, but our story can include graphic violence, drug use, sexual content, and other mature themes. Content warnings can be found in the show notes. We talk at our table about safety, comfort, and consent both as players and storytellers. We know what to expect, we're all excited to be here, and we want you to feel the same, so listener discretion is advised. Now, let's take back the night. That very deep did rot, oh Christ, that ever this should be. Yea, slimy things did crawl with legs upon the slimy sea. Excerpt from The Rime of the Ancient Mariner by Samuel Taylor Coleridge.
Crushing pressure, freezing temperatures, surrounded by monsters older than light, a chance at salvation bought with a lie. There is no turning back now. Welcome to the finale of Path of Night, Brine and Blood.
After a few more minutes, you feel yourself basically settle on the ocean floor. There's like a gentle bump, and there are some like clicks and bangs as the thing connects. You see a few more of like the soldier ST guys, and they look in, give like a knock on the porthole, and then open it up. None of you have been this deep underwater before. Dallas, you're a diver, though, so I'm going to let you know. When you open this facility, even the nicest quote-unquote underwater facilities are dank and cramped and dark and like red lights to not fuck your eyes up. Walking in here, it is a bright, clean steel facility. It looks like a pulp novel version of what an undersea base would look like. It does not look like a realistic underwater facility. There's too much glass for this depth, and yet the glass is holding and you can just see outside. There is like a freshness in the air compared even to the bathysphere when the door opens. Pheia, you passed your stamina check earlier, but you would not be having to make stuff in here. It is actually easier for you to breathe when the air from the facility comes in. The guard looks at you. Surface radio down. You're Saunders' team?
That's correct.
I don't know why I'm asking. Who the fuck else would it be? But, yeah, come on in. Surface team said, hook you up with one of the fucking nerds.
Doc Lorraine's, I think? Or Doc Laura's? I don't know.
Oh, Lisa?
Yeah.
Yeah, okay. Yeah, we'll find Doc Lisa.
Great. Can't wait to meet him.
Follow me. And she starts leading you guys, and her team like kind of follows in behind with two guys staying behind to like close back up the bathysphere.
This is another 6-man team?
It's another 6-man team.
Got it.
It seems to be pretty standard that they're 6-man teams now that you're like really seeing them in action. And as you're walking, you see a bunch of almost futuristic looking like science experiments and people really interested in stuff, and there are a couple of wings that go off that presumably go up to like higher levels You're at like the ground floor level of this pyramid, but it looks like there's more, and there's like a big atrium in here where people who apparently live here just are looking out. One of the things, because you all have the sight up, one of the things you will notice is a lot of these people, not a lot of them, some of these people seem like Tran. Some of these people are definitely infected. Some of them are just people until you start looking at them a little bit closer, even with the sight, even with the CERN up, and it's like the infection is beginning to worm its way into these people. Like, the longer they are exposed down here, the more likely they are to succumb to whatever it is.
And Tran had show our palms, back of our necks, things like that.
He was very clearly looking for, like, the hangers-on.
Yeah.
The, what I believe he referred to as the Petriani, which were, like, jamming into the base of people's skulls and doing that, or just checking for, like, obvious signs of infection.
Sure.
Even the people who seem comfortable in this environment, though, you get this sense of unease, like something about being here too long starts to put people on edge. The other things that you will notice, the hall that goes to the right that presumably curls up says Habs. The hall that goes to the left and presumably curls up says Labs. Your guide leans over to, like, one of the guy, like, it's somebody in a lab coat who's, like, sitting on a bench kind of rubbing his temples like he's got a headache. And he looks up at her like, oh, yeah, Jeannie, what's up? She goes, where's Doc Lisa? And he looks, she's, what time is it? And he looks at this, like, weird watch on his wrist. Oh, yeah, she's probably over in the labs right now. She goes, fine, I don't have the... And she starts walking you over to the door to the labs. And then there's, like, an alarm that goes off over in the Habs. Oh, fuck. All right, I gotta deal with that. Doc Lisa, she should, if she's working, she's in Lab C. All right? Don't fucking touch nothing. This is a sensitive facility. I gotta deal with this. And she, like, slaps a button, and the door goes and opens into the labs, and then she turns with her squad, who is already marshaling, to, like, run off to the Habs, and leaves you guys alone. Those of you who have studied tactics and know this kind of stuff, these guys are all very professional, very deadly, but there's something about maybe this stage of the game or something going on right now where they are a little lax in giving a shit about Saunders' people being here. Like, how much damage could they fucking do? It's a little too late to stop us, is kind of the vibe you're getting.
Right.
Which is why in any other day, they might not leave you fucking alone, but they immediately start running off to deal with whatever emergency is triggering alarms over in the Habs.
We're going to start moving the lab.
The group of you are gathered outside the open door to the labs and have been left, for the moment, to your own devices. Along the wall to your left is just banks of windows that look out into the deep sea. And to the right are doors into separate different rooms all the way down the pyramid here on this, basically one full side of this level of the pyramid, going from 1A to 1B to 1C, and then presumably if you found a way up, it will be 2 and then 3 and so on.
All right. We're going to find this doctor. Everybody keep your eyes peeled for solutions to our problems. I'll start heading down to where we can see 1C or where we perceive 1C to be.
1A, you pass. It looks like, I don't know, pretty basic stuff. Nothing, all sorts of, like, lab equipment and beakers and shit in there if you kind of look in the window. There's some, like, a couple people in lab coats in there, but they seem to have ignored everything else and are having, like, a really hushed conversation with each other. Just kind of looking around furtively. You go past 1B and seeing through the doors. There's no scientists or anything in there right now, but there are what look like individual pods or pressure chambers, and in one of them, most of them are empty and open, but in one of them is a guy that through the lights you can see has like dark skin, dark sort of close crop, dark hair, gritting his teeth. His teeth are kind of pointed and sharp, all the way across. Not like a vampire, but like all the way across. He looks like he's in pain and is just being inundated with green light. And then beyond that would be 1C.
Is there like a label or something saying that this guy is like experiment?
You'd have to go in there to
Okay.
really look around.
Because John has asked us to keep our eyes open for solutions to the problem.
Mm-hmm.
Presumably the problem of how do we rapidly decompress without our cells exploding.
Mm-hmm.
Can I make an intuition roll about where a facility like this would keep stuff like that?
Yeah. Intuition is good for like gut checks and sort of.
And I mean, we're in a lab, so presumably high-tech stuff like that might be.
Random chance ideas. Sure, yeah.
Yeah.
I have a similar question.
Okay.
It's more to do with this guy. Does he seem shark-like with these teeth?
Nat, you through the window, you look a little bit closer as you guys are passing by.
Yeah.
Nat, you specifically, I would either take like an awareness roll or weirdly an intuition roll based on perception.
Okay.
Would you like mine to be based on perception too?
Yes. Yes.
All right. Does my perception spec of intuitive help?
No, I don't feel like intuitive should apply to intuition.
Okay.
Not for you.
No.
Yes, it does.
He's not for Erika.
Yeah,
He's
it
not.
absolutely does.
Ones take away 10s first, right?
Yes, they do.
What would my difficulty be?
I'm going to call it 6 on both of them. Both for yours, Erika, and for yours, Rebecca.
I got 5 successes.
5 successes on your intuition, and then
3 successes.
on your, which one did you end up using?
I used awareness.
Awareness, okay. You have no idea. You don't know enough about decompression or any of that kind of stuff, but you do sort of get the idea that you saw people who, before they were infected or whatever, would have been just regular people. And there's too many people down here in a facility like this to, like, they have to have some sort of emergency escape. Now, where that is, you don't know. How that would function, you're not sure. But you feel in your gut that while this looks hopeless, just getting down here and seeing the, like, spectacle of this place, there's gotta be a way out. So you do feel like there's something. It's just, what is it? That's not really like the purview of intuition.
Okay.
But you do have an idea that there is a way out.
Okay.
There's got to be some sort of escape pod or something. Or maybe they just go back up in the bathysphere. Because if you rise in the bathysphere real quick, you'll be fine. It's just you can't open the bathysphere or you'll die. But maybe they have like a way to get picked up on the surface. Something. You have the idea or the impression that, like, it may be difficult to find. They may be crowded if people start fleeing this place.
Right.
But despite what Dallas said in the bathysphere, there may actually be a way off of here.
Hypothetically, too, people aren't necessarily trained in how to do an emergency escape and expected to remember it in times of emergency. Is there hypothetically, would there be an emergency escape protocol manual posted somewhere?
Presumably. I mean, walking
Okay.
in the hallways, you do see, like, maps, right?
Okay.
Nothing in this hall. You've only been in, like, 2 hallways.
Right.
But, like, nothing in here that necessarily says, here is where to go to escape the facility.
Okay.
But not a bad thought to keep an eye out for moving into the future. I
Okay.
will let you know if you come across something like that.
Okay.
Okay. Nat, as you look at this guy, yeah, the teeth do seem kind of like shark teethy, even though he's in a fully human form. What actually takes you off guard is this guy's cheekbones and nose look a lot like Mateo. Now, that's not Mateo, but they've got some similarities in the face.
Hey, team lead.
What's up?
I recognize that man.
All right,
Relative of a friend?
I get you. I want to question this doc.
Do you want to stay together or should we split?
Mav, go with her.
Got it.
You two with me. We're gonna go talk to this doc.
Understood.
Todd and Nat, you are going into Lab 1B, where the guy is. Is that what I'm hearing?
Yep.
And the remaining 3 members of the circle are heading to 1C.
Correct.
You leave Todd and Nat behind, not too far away, and go down to labs. Looking in there, you see sort of a bizarre sight. This is a very big room on the corner, and the floor looks like a swimming pool, except you very quickly realize that it is actually just straight up open to the ocean floor. That the pressure of this place or whatever, despite the fact that now that you're down here and have been for a little while, it doesn't feel overly pressured in the same way.
It's like the abyss where they've got that pool that just leads right out into the
yes.
ocean. Yeah.
And it's very much like that on the corner of this place. And restrained, taking up most of this massive pool, is a whale. This thing is hooked up to dozens of diodes and wires that seem to be just jammed directly into its brain, under its flippers. It is being kept alive, but it is very clearly sick. You don't even have to have sight or discern up to know that this thing is not okay. There is fluid leaking from its eyes that looks like it is blood mixed with tears. It's not that there are barnacles all over it, but it looks like cuts and little surgeries that have been done over and over and over on this thing. It is in pain and distress. And the other thing that you will notice is that it sees the three of you clearly and consciously through the window before anything else notices, like it knows you have come. It knows you are here when it sees you through that window. The scientist in there are three of them, what looks like two lab assistants, and then a blonde woman with like horn-rimmed glasses and a lab coat who is standing on like a little platform that goes over that so she can kind of look directly into this thing's eyes. And she is standing on the platform, like looking at it with a clipboard right now, as two like lab techs or whatever are down at pool level. Something about this apparatus, you think like, well, why does it? It's like it's too big to dive down to get out of this pool and too hurt to be able to like make it. But it sees you and you get the instant awareness of intelligence, not just like animal intelligence, but full conscious thought as it looks at the three of you. Despite your masks, it seems to instantly know that you are not what you are presenting to be. Under the second sight, you get a sense of inhumanity. This is not just a whale. You know that with the sight up. But unlike, even for the Mercy creeds, right, there is that sort of off-putting sense of inhumanity, that sense of, like, you're a redeemer, Pheia. There's that sense of, like, I need to fix this thing. I need to, like, help it. I need to make it not it. It is inhuman. It's not, there's that instinct of, like, this is wrong. In a very bizarre way, it does not give a sense of wrongness when you look at it. It gives a sense of inhumanity. And depending on what your creed is, could very much color how you look at this thing. It is not human. It is not quote-unquote natural. But it gives, instead of being off-put, it gives a sense of calm when you look at it.
So Dallas, looking at this thing, I think is immediately reminded of his imbuing, and that all of the special team guys on the bathysphere, I immediately knew they were corrupt.
Yes, you did.
And the Rokeya were not corrupt. They were just monsters, but
Yes.
they were reacting to for some reason that felt justified. The messengers made sure I knew that.
It felt justified, but the Rokeya still gave a sense of, like, wrongness.
Right. But this whale feels like maybe the Rokeya are a reaction for the damages being done here.
Yes.
Yeah.
This is not a sense of wrongness so much, but a sense of necessary inhumanity. There are things that humans on this world are not meant to do, and this is one of those things it's meant to do in place of what humans are supposed to do. And yes, that makes it not human, but it doesn't need to be fixed because it's filling a void in the world that humans can't
Here is the best way I will put it.
Okay.
And again, this is very much up to each of you to interpret through your own creeds and your own personalities. But when you look at this thing, you get a feeling that is dissimilar to, but not completely different from, the feeling that you get when you are in touch through patron or through your imbuings with the messengers. Now, some hunters have very not great feelings from the messengers. Some are comforted by the messages of the messengers. It really depends on each of you individually. All I will say is that it is not wrong. It does not give you that sense of corruption that even the most benign supernatural that you have looked at does.
As we walk in there, before we get in there, let me handle the dock. See what you can see around there. Wander around, just act like Saunders people in there. See if you can figure out anything.
Dallas turns his attention to the doctor and the attending science type. What does Second Sight tell me about them?
The doctor gives you the same impression that Tran gave. That same
Perfect.
arrogant level of bullshit.
Dallas is going to stick to John's shoulder, and he's going to let John take the lead and do stuff, but he is going to just be prepared to step forward and balance this doctor if need be.
As you step forward, all of you, the other thing that you will see is what is keeping this thing, at least in the short term, from just like diving deeper and getting the fuck out of here. Like, even at the cost of its own flesh, getting out of here. There are things moving in the water beneath it. Humanoid in shape. And Dallas, you are very much reminded of seeing humanoid shapes swimming on the outside of the pyramid when you approached in the bathysphere. And the doctor turns and looks at you. Excuse me, are you authorized to be in here?
Yes, Doc. Dr. Lisa was?
Yes.
Yeah. We've been sent down here. I've been assigned to help you out.
By whom?
Saunders sent us, and then the other team sent us to be specific to you.
I see.
Can't be all bad. Come on.
Is there why given?
Yeah, there's more shark attacks on the way.
And only 3 of you? Where's the rest of your team?
They're outside.
Outside. Of course. You really think the sharks are going to come again? They
Yes.
haven't been able to so far.
Sounds like they've
Most
got
of
more.
them can't even swim this deep.
Sounds like they got more numbers this time.
And you have something to deal with these sharks? Something beyond the ordinary? Because the rest of these idiots are completely incapable. Klieg promised that the genes would do something, and they are somewhat effective at best.
We got a couple tricks up our sleeves.
She, like, narrows her eyes at you.
I am actively trying to be somewhat charming and turn on my actual merits for this.
I will... Here's the deal. I will allow you to use smooth.
Yep,
You have sexy as well?
correct.
I will allow you to use sexy if you show your face.
I'm trying to figure that out. I am taking a quick pan around to see if there's any notable cameras.
In here?
Yeah.
Absolutely, but they're mostly pointed at the whale.
Yeah, so I'm going to try to position myself so that I figured I would have to show my face for it to work. So I'm trying to figure out a way to do
Roll me
that.
security, intelligence security, or perception security,
Sounds good to me.
to know how to stand without being on camera. The lab techs, by the way, Dallas, while Tim is looking up his numbers,
No security on this. I think it's larceny.
roll me larceny.
Yeah.
The lab techs are infected. They do not give the same impression that Tran gave. And as you were spending more time in here, it also looks like Dr. Lisa is also infected. She gives both feelings.
So before I roll this, I am going to use one of my 4Cs to see if she will react favorably to my face or not. By imagining a scenario where I either take my...
Yeah, okay. All
What's
right.
her type?
Yeah, basically.
What's her type?
Does she have appearance spec gay?
So here's how we're going to run this.
Yeah.
You tell me how you approach it. I will tell you how she reacts. And then if that goes badly,
Yeah.
4C lets you rewind that shit and choose another option.
Yeah. So essentially I will make a move to like just remove the helmet and the face piece, this will be like just kind of a casual trying to talk face to face with them to give her an idea, but like kind of in a little nonchalant, but I imagine that I'm like kind of leaning up against something and trying.
Are you shaking your hair out?
A little
out of
bit,
the
yeah.
helmet? Yeah, all right. She reacts quite favorably to these motions.
Great.
You are allowed to make a check, and you may apply both smooth and sexy.
Great. I'm going to do the security now. So just I wanted to see if there was any point to it
Oh,
before.
no, there's a point. Yeah, no, you got it. Even at the bottom of the ocean, these social skills going to come into play.
Difficulty?
This is a weird lab. Difficulty will be 7.
Okay. That'll be 2 successes.
Great. Okay, so yes, you can stand in such a way where like maybe they'll get your shoulder or your back, but they're not going to see your face.
Great. And so I will then go through the scenario that I just went through, essentially.
She takes the pen that she was writing with on some of that like weird clear paper that Tran had, and then like uses it to brush her hair behind her ear and tucks the pen behind her ear.
Does she draw on herself some?
Yes, 100% she draws on herself some. She fucks it up, but like she tries to be cool about it.
Great.
Mr. Klieg has been saying that we may be needing to move our research facility soon. Is it because of the sharks? I thought it was because of everything that was happening over in 4A.
A lot of factors are coming into it. I don't get all the information.
He says my project is his most important project, and then he gives all the resources to 4A.
I'm sure he doesn't mean anything by it. I'm sure your project is very important.
The fact that Endron had to send me a personal guard is ridiculous when there are so many of his guard running around.
True. It could be worse, though.
24 people, and not a single one can be assigned to my laboratory.
Well, we're here now. I'm glad to help you out.
Wonderful. Don't touch anything. In fact, you can stand right there.
Pheia, well, John is talking to the Technopus, and Dallas is waiting to put the smack on her. What are the other 2 lab techs doing?
They stopped for a second to, like, look at this interaction. Not in a, like, scary, suspicious way, but in a, like, oh my god. Like, one of them leans over to the other one, and you get very much the vibes of, like, is our boss flirting with a faceless guard? What the fuck is happening right now?
It's wild.
No, he's serving face.
Exactly. Are they paying attention to the whale?
I mean, it's hard to miss the whale. It's
Right.
taking up half the room,
Right.
but not directly, no. They are
Okay.
looking at John talk to their boss.
So is it possible for Pheia to be positioned a few paces back from this interaction, just because I don't need to be crowding the space, next to the whale's eye, just kind of waiting for orders?
She's directly near one of the eyes, but there's one on the other side.
Yeah, I don't have to
It's
be right
fucking
there.
huge.
It's a fucking whale.
While you were close to it, this is a sperm whale,
Okay.
so it has like the big nasty teeth.
Yep. They have baleen.
They do
No,
not.
no, they
Sperm
don't.
whales
Specifically,
do not.
they do
Sperm
not.
whales
Yeah.
explicitly hunt squids.
Yes, they do. Are the techs anywhere near me as I'm standing?
They're kind of walking around. They're not really. They're, to be totally honest, they're not paying attention to you.
Okay. That's perfect. I love that.
Like, if you did anything overt, yeah, it would be very
Okay.
obvious. But if you're just kind of standing nearby, they're not really paying attention to you.
So I'm going to talk to the whale.
Okay.
Quietly, softly, so hopefully only the whale can hear me. What's the best way we can help you?
Its eye looks at you, focuses right in on you, and it is like big and soft and comforting. Then it rolls up to a series of pulleys and chains that are attached to hooks that are into its flesh that are also helping to keep it here. And those pulleys and chains, like, it kind of rolls its eye up towards them, like, I can't do anything. You get the impression that this thing, after however much torment it's been through, it may be too weak to go anywhere. And if John is right and there was some horrible thing out there, it may be in a bad spot. It motions towards those with its eyes anyways, despite knowing that with the things in the water and the whatever and how weak it is, that it just doesn't want to be here. And you hear softly, as if it was speaking right next to you, and as if it was speaking, though no one else seems to react to it.
They have damned the grotto. What they have done is abomination. I cannot feed the protectors of the sea as they try to strip me of what I am and have.
And it is very clearly this whale talking to you. And it's not inside your mind. It is if a very wise older woman is just standing next to you talking, but there is no one there and no one else seems to notice it.
Do you need healing?
I am healing.
Dallas.
When the doctor mentions that, or exasperatedly kind of points out that they can't afford us any security here, he kind of looks down into the water where he sees shapes swimming. What about the security down below?
The genes are helpful in case of shark incursion, I suppose, but it feels as though the longer our subject is here, the bolder the sharks become. And frankly, I am starting to question, even knowing who their true master is, their effectiveness against persistent attacks from the sharks.
How many of the security team do you have in the water there?
We have 3 active on any given rotation.
Great.
Is that for your end of the facility or at large?
For us. Although, frankly, we lost several in the recent attacks. So I don't even know how many are left. Not as many as I would like.
So with the information that we have, we got to make sure that our best minds stay safe. So we haven't really gotten any kind of emergency plans. You want to fill me in on what we should be helping you get to and get out of here in case things go catastrophic?
In case of the worst, we are to execute the subject, take our research materials, and head to the escape pods.
Right. Which way are they located from here? They don't keep facility maps.
Bullshit operation. The good ones are at the top of the facility on level 5.
Progressively worse on the way down?
Progressively more likely to strike detritus on the way out and be destroyed. Still useful, I suppose. There's one at the end of every hall.
Well, we'll
at
make
the
sure
corner where the vertices meet.
We'll make sure to get you on the best one when we can.
Excellent. This is important research. Klieg is counting on it.
No doubt.
He told me so personally.
So is there anything else we should know about here? Anything nearby that we should be keeping an eye on? Some sort of other...
Or any of your information that, or anything we need to bring out of here along with you?
She gives a spare glance to the lab techs, and then looks back at you and goes, "Me and my research."
Roger that.
Are there any hard drives we're grabbing?
Ah, yes, of course, you wouldn't know. And she looks over to these, big data banks, computer banks, and points, and goes, "There's a hard drive in there. That should come with us." That is very important to Klieg. Not that anyone who wasn't someone of my enlightened nature would understand, but if anyone could, Klieg could. And that is the important research that he wants. So long as that remains safe, I suppose that's all that matters. Do you need dive suits? Just in case.
Might be good to know. Never know what we're dealing with.
Of course. You're not one of the fold, I take it?
Haven't been inducted yet.
She points over and there are 2 Dallas will look like scuba suits to you. The tanks look a little weird, and the face masks look a little weird. You can't quite place why necessarily, but they just look like very high-end scuba gear. Those should keep you pressurized just in case. There's only about 45 minutes worth of Klieg's air. But it should at least do for a bit if you have to stay outside. Just don't rise. Wait for someone to come get you.
But
just in case.
The emergency exits or spheres will be fine.
Yes, assuming there's enough.
Good to know. We'll continue our patrols around here. You need anything from us? Got a radio or something like that?
Do those escape tanks deal with decompression?
Yes. Well, they should. I mean, did no one tell you? If you're in the bathyspheres, don't rise too quickly or descend too quickly, but down here, we're not actually dealing with the pressure.
No.
Isn't that marvelous to someone like you? And she, looks at the two of you, the three of you.
A complete marvel.
Just don't go outside. If you do have to go outside, don't, and you are out in the water, you have to come back into the facility for at least 20 minutes before, you're readjusted, so to speak.
Good to know. We'll keep that in mind.
Excellent. Well, and she lingers looking at you for a second, John.
Yep.
Before looking at everyone else. To answer your other question, now what I could use most is some quiet while I continue my work.
We'll keep on patrols.
And she turns away from you and puts a hand down, and you see a tray full of pretty intense-looking surgical equipment.
While they're talking, I will ask the whale, how much longer can you hold out?
I am patient, but I have not visited an uncorrupted grotto in quite some time. I wait for the children of Quinn.
The Rokeya?
But until then, I fear my time runs short.
You get the impression, Pheia, just from the tone or the feeling that comes from these words and what she's saying, that time is something that is weird to her. She lives a lot of her life in the deep. Whales are mammals, but this thing dives deep, stays in the dark. Who knows how long it's lived? Time is a little subjective when it comes to its understanding.
Hang on just a little longer. I'll be back soon.
I endure.
Hopefully not much longer.
And then that peaceful feeling leaves, and you stop hearing her, and all of you in this room hear out loud a mournful and pained wail noise as whatever Dr. Lisa does starts to begin again.
Is the doctor actually physically cutting into the whale?
Yes.
Yeah,
I don't think I'm gonna let the doctor actually cut into the whale.
I
Okay.
am definitely looking at John, kind of I need you to give
Hey,
me permission before
you're
I need to
fucking-
ask for
my
forgiveness.
judge will kick in.
You're a judge.
Yeah. Before blades even get anywhere near the whale, cover will be blown. I'm sorry.
If it wasn't gonna be him, it was gonna be Pheia, because
I mean,
I don't know if I can.
I get it. Todd and Nat. The others walk down the hallway, and you are left outside 1B.
Is there anyone else inside 1B?
There is not. What it looks like, frankly, is that an experiment was turned on and left running.
I'm going to walk in with confidence like I'm supposed to be there.
As you walk in, there are red lights in this room, but they keep getting washed out because of whatever green light is just impacting this guy, and you can see him gritting his teeth. He is in agony. He is not doing well. And there is a red line that bisects this room, now that you're in here, that you can see embedded in the floor. Not a magical line or a laser line or anything, but tiles on the floor are red.
Like a painted line.
Like a painted line going across the room, and then on the other side of that painted line is a nuclear hazard symbol.
Nat's first instinct is to check around the room for paperwork, like research that's been left out about this guy.
Oh yeah, there's on this side of the line,
Yeah.
there's desks and like computer banks. There is a note with a header that says Project Bane Shark.
Can I grab a seat at a computer and just start rummaging through? I don't know what their security is like.
There are
like-
so like not passwords on
Yeah.
these computers, because why would there be? Because
This is kind of a time before people were really good about that stuff.
also it's a
Just enter password.
it is a mystical tech facility at the bottom of the ocean. Like
Right.
they're not really worried about that.
I will pick up the Bane Shark memo and position myself. If Todd sits down at the computer, right, and the computer's facing away from the man,
Yes.
then I'm going to lean up against the back of that chair while I read.
The man's eyes are closed, and he's like, he has not noticed anybody's in the room. He's very much in his own head, in his own agony in that tube.
Is he physically reachable?
He is on the other side of the red line.
Okay.
About 10 feet. So what the two of you will sort of put together as you are reading. Todd, are you looking for anything? Because you're reading the files, Nat.
Yep.
Todd, are you looking for anything specific?
Two things. I'd
Yes.
like to roll computers and see if
Yes.
I can, one, operate this contraption
Mm-hmm.
and either shut it down or release him, etc.
Yep.
And the other thing is basically just information on what's going on here.
Okay. Roll me a computers. And Nat, roll me a research.
Research intelligence?
Research intelligence.
Studious supply?
Studious would apply. You're like literally reading through like lab reports.
Have to ask.
2 successes on computer.
Okay.
I don't like the word Bane, so I'm going to spend a willpower.
Okay.
5 successes due to the willpower.
Okay. Project Bane Shark, at its base level, seems to be about irradiating sharks. Not even Rokia, just like taking sharks and submitting them to such high doses of radiation that those survivors, they keep talking about something called like Banes, and the way that it's worded, you feel like it's like possessor spirits. If the other parts of the facility feel very Earth Frontier Division, this room feels very Endron. And Project Bane Shark seems to be about irradiating sharks and turning them into psychotic monsters
Yeah.
that basically work for and do evil shit for Endron. Weaponizing irradiated sharks.
Yeah.
This version of Project Bane Shark they seem excited about because they got their hands on what they refer to as a shark shifter. The name Bleeds Night is on the paperwork, and they say they can't get him to talk much, but that he somehow got onto the facility, they got their hands on him, and since they managed to nab him, started attacking. Todd, you looked in when you got 2 on your computers?
Yes.
So there is a way to shut down the radiation, and after 2 minutes, the red line should be okay to cross after the project is shut down. Just if you cross it before it is, you will fucking get irradiated. So it's a hazard, don't do that. But also what you will find is that this guy, or someone matching this guy's appearance, apparently attacked a facility off the Florida Keys. They were unclear where he went after that or what information he got after he attacked that facility. But they had been trying to track him as well, and then suddenly he seemed to show up at the Deepwater Atlantic site.
Finding pauses when Todd is clicking on the computer, Nat wordlessly hands him the pieces of paper that have the relevant information that she's found, not calling attention to the fact that they're in the room right now, because it's written down and she doesn't need to.
We can have him reachable in 2 minutes.
Do you think, with what you saw, that he can hear us?
I don't know. From what I understand, if he thinks we're part of this group, he's going to be unresponsive regardless.
Yes, but I think if we tell him who we know, he might be willing to talk to us.
I was just going to let him out.
Really?
Yeah, why wouldn't I?
I guess I didn't expect you to want to do that. I thought I would have to convince you. He's Mateo's dad, I think.
He's definitely Mateo's dad. And judging by this, he was out in the Florida Keys before all of this happened, which means whatever led to all of this, he might have an idea as to how it came to be. And if he knows things about this that we don't know, there's a chance he, I don't know, not to sound cliche, but he might know whatever silver bullet we need to know in order to see this done. I look to the were-monster, like, no offense. And I will click the button.
That, like, sickly green, like, nuclear hum slowly fades away.
Check my watch, and
After about 2 minutes, right around when your watch clicks over, there is a little green light that goes on, and the red lights that had been in here switch to sort of a neutral white.
part of my equipment loadout is snacks. So I'm going to ready a bit of water and a granola bar, and let's see if maybe some food warms him up.
I think that's a fair shot.
Do you open the door? Because he's like still locked in there. It's just you turn the experiment off.
Let me try and talk to him first, see if he can hear us.
Sure.
Bleeds night.
Let me ask an honest question. Is your helmet on or off?
It's on. I don't know that I can take it off.
Okay.
It's on for now, I'll say. It is fully my intention. We've seen people with their helmets off down here, right?
Oh, yeah. Yeah, lots of people.
I start with it on.
Okay. I am going to roll his frenzy pool. So an interesting thing about Rokia and their mechanics is that they actually frenzy significantly easier than werewolves do. And if they frenzy too hard, they enter a state called Coon Mind, where they just ravenously eat anything around them. I need both of you to roll me initiative.
It's an 8.
15.
He will be going first on a 17. He instantly shifts into a massive war form, shattering the tube that he is in. He has 16 successes to bite you. So, Hunter doesn't really deal with aggravated damage. So in this system, this would be lethal damage. Mm-hmm. Nat, you may roll your armor as a soak, -2. So you may roll 1 point of armor soak. However, I have to tell you, he has 23 damage. To literally bite you in half, saw your body to pieces, and spread your gore across the walls. However, I believe, Rebecca, that Nat has an edge on her sheet that automatically triggers when she's about to die.
It's nice to have a little bit of fool's luck. If my life or ability to carry on the mission is significantly and immediately at risk.
It is.
Seems like an appropriate time.
All of the
It
above.
explicitly is.
I need to roll wits plus mercy, difficulty 8, but you might want to make the roll for me so that I don't know how much it worked.
I'm going to tell you straight out, because this is an immediate, like, this is not a, like, oh my god, the hulls are flooding and I need a way out. This is a, you are being bitten in half by a shark monster.
Yeah.
I'm going to let you make the roll.
Cool. It's just an option
Because
in the book.
this
It's
is
fun.
a pass-fail exam.
I would like to risk conviction on this. And I'd like to risk a lot of conviction on this.
Yeah.
I'm not good at the conviction system.
So here's the deal. You may risk as much as you have. If you succeed on the roll, you'll gain back everything you risk,
Yeah.
plus a point of conviction.
Okay.
If you fail, you'll lose everything that you risked. If you botch, you lose everything.
And to be clear, if you fail or if you botch, you will also still lose all of your conviction because you'll be super fucking
Yeah,
dead.
you-
So you may as well use all of it.
Yeah.
I was all in regardless. I feel that Nat is standing in front of the maw And she knows full well that this creature could kill her. She made this decision to say hello, knowing that she was committed the moment she decided she wanted him out, that her life was worth doing something good. So I would like to risk all of my conviction, which at this time, after spending the 1, I currently have 6.
Then roll me your mercy plus wits plus 6 dice. You may not spend willpower on edge rolls.
That's reasonable.
This is solely up to the messengers.
Got it.
So just so you know, by the way, it does take an action, but you had not acted yet, so you can use your action for the round to do this.
Yeah.
And you can only do it once per scene, so this is your out.
Will you allow me dialogue with this?
Well, it depends on how you roll.
That's fair. Because I think it does specify that it's how well you do is how lucky you are.
Correct. Anywhere from imperceptible changes to a 1 in a million survival shot. Now, ordinarily, this is like when environmental stuff is happening, but this is a pretty immediate environmental stuff.
6 successes.
Which is a 5+ 1 in a million chance. So in something like John's 4C, he would have seen the consequences of the actions and blood spraying all over the wall. But for we never get to that part. As he is enraging and turning into this massive monster, what happens instead is as he comes out of this incredible thing to just bite you in half, the shape of the Rokea when they are very like in these horrific were-shark forms is very top heavy, and they actually have penalties to dexterity when they're not in the water. And his lower half gets caught up in the experiment tube, and he falls and his jaws snap shut inches away from you, and he looks enraged, like he is out of his mind, out of control. But you have been missed by inches for becoming food. That was your action. So before we go anywhere else...
Can I talk?
Yes, you can.
Nat has her chin tilted up. She's already determined that no matter how this goes, this is going to be the right path. And as this man is snapping at her, as his teeth are cracking together, and he turns into something monstrous, she's seeing a father. She's seeing... It's not quite accurate to say that, like, she's still seeing, like, the cheekbones that she recognizes or any of that. She's seeing the essence of someone that she's known. Like, stupid little things. Maybe that jerky walk that Mateo has when he's angry still looks a little bit like the way that this guy snaps. She says to this guy, "Mateo Santos."
And with that, Todd, you have one action before we will be going into rage actions.
We are not fast enough to get away. So, not for physical purposes, but for, like, description.
Yeah.
You just kind of will pull Nat the extra few inches back. And with the weapon he's been carrying on his, like, sling, will, like, kind of grunt, "Get back!" And I'm going to ward this guy away from us.
Okay.
If you want to start going on a rampage, fucking great, buddy. Have fun, not us.
Roll your ward.
It's a contested roll.
It sure is.
I will risk a single point of conviction.
And what is he rolling?
Willpower.
It's current willpower, not total willpower, correct?
Yes, sir.
All right. That significantly decreases his pool based on the shit he's been going through. He has 1 die for this. And he rolled a 1.
Nice. 7 successes on my ward roll.
He has functionally been tortured for weeks.
Yeah,
He does not have willpower back left.
Does that mean he botched, Rob?
It does mean he botched.
Okay.
He cannot penetrate your ward.
I don't know if it helps, but I dropped the granola bar in water like, hey.
He is thrashing. He still must spend those rage actions that he had.
Yeah.
And he obliterates this place. In this room, when he hits a couple different things, you start hearing a little, like, klaxon go off. Not a, like, whole facility-wide, but a, like, hey, radiation levels are not okay right now. And he starts just destroying things because he must destroy. And then at the end of the round, when he's expended those rage actions, you've put the food down and the water down. You said the name Mateo. He has 1 point of willpower. I am going to make a roll when he spends that point of willpower.
Nat has thoroughly let herself just get yoinked.
Can
Uh-huh.
I make a leadership roll to give him a dice bonus for that?
I actually think that's cool as hell. Yeah, absolutely.
All right, so definitely keeping the innocent behind him and the weapon trained because that's the trigger for Ward. Todd is going to say, there are people here, at least a son who needs you. Have some food, have some water, and let's get the fuck out of here.
Roll me your leadership. We're in a new round, but he can't do anything, so, like, you guys can have actions if you want actions.
Yeah, I mean, I definitely want to support.
Okay. Make the roll, give him some extra dice.
I'm positive I'm not his type, but I am a natural leader.
And then I believe Nat is supporting you, so you may have a couple extra dice there.
Okay. I have at least 5 successes. And we'll see what the bonus gets.
It's a neat use of leadership. I like that, so I'm absolutely going to support that. Those sure am some 10s. Do you have charisma spec?
It's Charmer. You just said no.
Yeah, I thought you were talking about merit. You know what? I'll let you have it. That's fine. I think it's fine. I think it works.
This is 2 10s and a 7. What's the difficulty?
The difficulty is 6.
All right, 5.
All right, Lex, roll 5 extra dice.
All right. 4 more successes.
Nat is standing alongside Todd, and she looks at Todd and kind of straightens up, appreciating what he said. And she dips her head towards the Rokia, and she says, I think it's time for you to let them have it.
There are long, tense moments as this thing continues to snap. It's like 9 feet tall. It is taking up a lot of room in here, smashing against Todd's ward and coming, feet away from killing everyone. Mechanically he can't get through, but like it does not feel that way. And
I'm not like, got him. Like you got the 9-foot tall killer.
And eventually it stops. When it burst out, it was a man and then suddenly was a massive shark monster. The evolution, devolution of shark monster back to man is slower and bone crunching and flesh melting and grotesque, but calmer. And he goes from a horrible thing to like a grotesque hunchback fish man to the guy you saw earlier. And then he falls on his knees and opens that bottle of water and just downs it.
Now, I have a quick question.
Yeah.
How hurt does he look?
He looks weak, but not physically beaten. He looks sick, but like not wounded.
The reason I ask is because if the sickness has caused him harm, I can actually rejuvenate him. And even if he has ag, which would take him a really long time to even
He is technically down health levels, yes.
I can just pop off the top level of aggravated damage.
Done.
All right.
Hey, Maverick.
Yeah.
Anything you can do on your end about, seems like the radiation might be leaking in here.
Yeah. So, I'm Maverick, and I kind of like crouch down, and I'm like, hey.
He like he's got like fucking water and granola in his mouth.
I offer him a hand. I've got more food if you need it, but you're supposed to take that stuff slow. If it's been a while.
I've always been a big eater.
Yeah. A bit of where shark humor. I
And
see
he
that.
like looks up and after eating all that real quick, goes to take your hand,
puts the conviction.
Puts a finger up. You spend the conviction, puts a finger up, looks like he's about to throw up, and then doesn't.
Oh, good job, buddy. All right.
The conviction, immediate gain. He was gonna vomit everywhere.
Just ate a lot of machinery.
I didn't break. I didn't break.
No, they got a whole file bitching about it.
Who are you?
I'm Grotto.
He comes across real aggressive, like more so than Mateo did, but like you can kind of tell that's just what he is and not what he intends to be.
Honestly,
Like he's not trying to come across as aggressive. He's just kind of like, what's going on?
having dealt with Mateo's bullshit and having, not died and like operating off of the strange adrenaline calm that comes with, Nat is kind of familiar with him, like she's dealing with Mateo. You can call me Grotto.
You don't know half of what that means, girlie. Grotto? He seems to find the idea that you're called Grotto crazy funny.
What, you and your crumbs got something to say?
It's just very fortuitous. And you don't get it yet.
Well, I like being lucky, I guess.
Oh, I feel like I'm gonna throw up. But my ancestors, and he thumps his chest, did not survive Turner off for nothing. They will not break me. Not with small wounds, not today.
I get that.
You have more water?
I do. And so, the good news is that we found you, and the idea is to get you out of here. But this place is populated with at least 24 bits of bad news, and
The minions of Kill.
Yeah, that's what I was gonna say. And we just made a ton of noise.
I will make more. And he like punches his hands together.
You might have some friends incoming, by the way.
Friends? What friends?
Other sharks like you, maybe even sharks you haven't gotten along with in the past.
What names? Who comes for Bleed's night?
No, they're coming to help you.
Who comes for
No,
Bleed's
wait, hold
night?
on.
And he punches hands.
No, this could actually go pretty bad. Let's just focus on getting out of this room.
Extend some trust to Fender. We'll say it after.
Extend some what?
Trust.
Uh,
She enunciates it very purposefully.
I think I'm doing that, right?
I think you're doing that.
All right, so I'm going to sit down at the computer. I'm going to look for where we might be able to, how these escape pods on this weird undersea spaceship or whatever fucking work, and see if there's any information that can be garnered that way.
Make me another computers roll, because that's a totally different thing.
Yep. I have 4 successes on computers.
Okay. Emergency protocols? Pretty easy to pull up. There's actually like intra-office emails that are like, hey, idiots, stop asking. We're gonna get to the signs. But in the meantime, there is an escape hatch, which is functionally just like a bathysphere on every corner of every level of the pyramid. So there's 4 per level, and then there's one at the very top, which is reserved for executive level personnel.
I'm going to print that shit out.
Okay.
Especially if it has instructions and like operations.
So it has
et cetera.
operational instructions. It says that you can just open them, but the recommendation, even in the email, is that sometimes the technology fails, and instead it is safer and recommended to wait for an extraction team to bring you to a traditional decompression chamber.
Does it say how many people can fit in each one of those?
It does not.
Okie dokie.
Welcome to the Unsea Titanic Pyramid.
The fuck?
What's wrong?
I look around this whole fucking place like I suddenly trust it way, way, way less. Apparently their escape pods don't consistently work. And they're kind of our only way out. Okay. I think we're good. I think we're ready to go.
We gotta get to the others. Let them know that too.
Yeah. You got a gun handy?
As soon as he asks the question, do you got a gun handy, you guys hear gunfire from echoing out in the hallway. Down from the direction where the other 3 went.
Nat was about to reluctantly put a hand down to her side to indicate where the gun was. She goes on alert, ready to move.
When we go, just keep your gun on this guy. No offense. We need to just keep everyone under the impression he's detained runaway for as long as we can. Buy as much time as we can without being in a firefight before we get to the others.
Help me out, please. Act like you're a hostage, even though you could have bit my head off.
No walls hold me.
Just walk like this, and there will be many more granola bars in your future, sir.
And he puts his hands over his head.
And come on, you know that this wouldn't actually do much against you.
You don't happen to have seal in there, do you?
Yeah, actually, I bring the... I know someone who
Or
might
like
have
fish?
that. Yes, where we're going. But I mean, I get the chocolate chip ones. Kids love that. But if fish is more your thing, we have something for that.
Can he eat chocolate? Or?
I prefer the chocolate.
Okay.
All right.
And with that, Nat raises the gun as they discussed.
In Lab 1C, this huge sperm whale suspended by hooks and hooked up to all sorts of horrible things is just laying there, and its sort of like soft, watery eyes, leaking blood and tears, are looking at Pheia and the others as Dr. Lisa has just sort of dismissed the three of you and is moving down to grab surgical equipment to continue whatever horrific experiments she is doing. The two lab assistants are huddled together, still kind of like, haha, our boss was flirting with a faceless goon, but are starting, now that she is working, to turn to look back towards computer consoles and notes to be ready to collect whatever data she can get from whatever she does to this thing.
Dallas's eye kind of twitches, and he immediately draws his heavy pistol, shoots one of the lab assistants in the head, and presumably upon getting the attention of the other assistant and Dr. Lisa, levels it at her chest and says, "Let's see you do something smart with a 45 pointed at you, and we'll activate balance."
Garrett, make me 2 rolls, so you're splitting your action.
Yep.
Correct?
Yes.
One will be a firearms dexterity
Okay.
to shoot the lab assistant. Now, are you actually aiming for their head, or are you just shooting them? Center mass. They have like no armor or anything on, but that is up to you.
Yeah, I mean...
Shooting for the head is diff 9.
Yeah.
So go ahead.
Yeah.
Diff 9. Get them.
Do I get an extra die from shooting in the, from like basically having their back, basically? Or point blank? Or
It is an extra 2 dice for having their back. Now, let me ask you. Are you point blank to them, or are you point blank to her? I will let you choose one.
I think point blank to them.
Okay,
I can activate burden from across the room just pointing it at her.
You are at -2 difficulty
or
for
balance,
point
rather.
blank.
-2 difficulty?
So instead of
Okay.
a 9 to shoot in the head, you will be at a 7.
Gotcha. Okay. And then having this dice pool, correct?
And then have your dice pool.
Rounding up or down?
I don't actually remember the answer to that, so I'm gonna side on the PCs.
I'm gonna destiny that.
Okay. How many is that you've used so far, your destiny?
2.
2. So 2 out of 3?
Yeah.
All right.
2 successes.
2 successes. You will get roll your extra one first, and then we'll go through your damage. Roll for balance, but again, half the dice. You may, however, bid conviction. The bid
I will.
conviction comes after having your pool.
Oh, does it really?
Yes, it does.
Oh, wow.
You can't spend willpower, but you can do some cool shit with conviction.
Would you count this as
Now,
quick thinking?
That being said, this will be your one conviction bid for the scene.
Right. Would you count this as quick thinking?
I don't think you're thinking at all, man.
No, but I am thinking quickly.
It is quick. I'll fucking give it to
This
you.
guy has never thought of thought in his
I will
life.
give it to you, but it is by the thinnest of margins.
What is her willpower +2? Or not willpower, stamina. What is her stamina +2?
Her stamina +2? 4.
Okay, so I'm difficulty 4.
Okay. She's a scientist.
4 successes.
Let's roll your damage, and then describe to me what your balance does.
So the pistol's damage 5 +1 for 2 successes to hit.
Yep.
And then what does a headshot do in addition?
+1 die of damage. And functionally they're going to be fucking dead.
Gotcha. 5 levels of damage.
Okay. So this is not an actual rule in the Storyteller system.
Right.
But in a system that we used to play a long time ago, all flesh must be eaten in the Unis system.
Yep.
When you shot someone in the head, it was times 2 damage. So in the absence of having to look up the specific headshot stuff other than the +1 and lethal for vampires and things, you fucking blow this person's head off. They are flat dead. There's no coming back from that. And then you turn and you balance Dr. Lisa. Now, what does balance do?
So for the next 4 hours, they may not draw on any supernatural powers. So vampires use blood, werewolves use rage, mages presumably use mana.
Quintessence.
So may not draw on any quintessence or use willpower to activate supernatural abilities for the next 4 hours.
And she still isn't acting fast enough. What are you doing, John? And what are you doing, Pheia?
I'm going to go fuck and drop to a knee and put 2 bullets into the other assistant.
Make your shot.
3 on the first, 1 on the second. Three and 4 damage.
They cannot soak lethal and are dead. They are incapacitated and bleeding out from multiple gunshot wounds. Pheia.
When Dallas fires the gun, followed up by 2 more gunshots, Pheia immediately jumps into action and immediately starts climbing the rigging that's restraining the whale. And she begins releasing the whale from the pulleys and rigging.
Okay. Make me a strength athletics check.
Okay, does sailing count as a spec?
I mean, fucking, yeah, I guess.
I will be spending a willpower on this. 3 successes.
You can get up and start maneuvering this rigging. Specifically because you climbed up. Like, you're not using the apparatus to, like, unhook it. You can actually start kind of getting the hooks out. Some of them are still going to be in there like a fish who got away and still has a hook in its mouth. But, like, you can start actually getting this thing free. It's going to take a little bit of time.
On a subsequent roll, can I use medicine to try and get the hooks out appropriately?
Not really.
Okay.
This is a big-ass whale. This is not like... They're going to come out. It's going to bleed. But this is a sperm whale.
Yeah.
Now that you're here, you see, like, scars all up and down its body. You see huge sucker marks from squid that should not exist for being that big, that it either killed or got away from. These things are nasty. She talked to you very nice. These things are fucking killers.
Yeah. No, this thing probably took some things on Nantucket sleigh rides at some point.
Oh, for sure. So it's going to take you a little while to, like, get this thing down this way, but you can definitely do it. And you are basically standing on top of a whale. Dr. Lisa looks at you and, like, goes to move her hands, and then nothing fucking happens, and she looks absolutely panicked. Like, what the fuck is happening right now? But that was her attempt at an action, was to do a thing she's not allowed to do anymore, so... Who are you? You're not Saunders, men. Who are you?
Face down on the deck and answer any questions, or else I'm killing you.
Very well. Very well. I'm too important to die. And she gets down and puts her hands over her head, like behind her head, and lays face down on the, like, metal grating that is over top of the water. And it is about this point that Nat, Todd, you guys may enter. As they enter, Dallas, you still have her at gunpoint.
Pheia is quietly whispering to the whale as she's removing the hooks, like, I'm sorry, I know this hurts, I'm sorry.
Is that who I think it is with you?
Not as she's entering into whatever this clusterfuck is. Pretty immediately drops the pretense of this unit is contained, and she lowers her weapon a bit and she says to you, yeah.
This one here's just like Tran, one of those weird science-y Earth Frontier Division types. But she's not doing anything like Tran was doing. Over there, he kind of points to where the computer banks are. That's a lot of their research. We should probably break that.
No, you can't!
Shut up. Don't move.
Holy shit. Todd approaches the Rorqual.
As soon as...
Oh my god.
The 3 of you walk in the room, he has no willpower. he has to make another frenzy check for seeing an injured Rorqual. It is an automatic on their list.
Am I able to, since I'm next to him, I'm lowering the... I assume I put the shotgun up towards him since it doesn't have the silver in. Could I lay my other hand on his shoulder? I don't really understand what I'm looking at. I know that it's of the ocean and that it will probably upset him.
There is not really a lot you could... This is like a reflexive thing he has to do, unfortunately.
Yeah.
If he fucks this up like he did last time,
Yeah.
we'll be back in the same boat. And
I get
we'll
it.
have some actions to do. And he keeps his shit together.
Then I suppose my hand gets laid on his shoulder regardless.
By 1.
Hey, I know. I mean, I don't know. Oh my god.
What are they doing to him?
Nothing good.
do to the Rorqual? What did they do to you?
Do you want to help me set her free?
Yes.
All right, then come help me pull the hooks out.
And as this is happening, he goes up to try and help.
Todd is actually going to go with him. I mean, the mage seems under control. I do take out folded paper, and I'm going to pass it off to John. How to leave.
Got it.
They also mentioned that we can just get in the bathysphere and ascend slowly.
There's others at different corners of this place.
Okay. Pheia will continue gently as she can, but with the intent of removing them, not like whinging to try and spare her pain. She is...
It's going to take a lot of strength to
Yep.
get him out, but with the Rokeia there, it actually, like with all of you working, it actually starts to work.
Yeah, Todd's going to be helping.
He, very similar to how you had been talking to her, seems to be in some sort of silent communication with her.
Yep.
Some sort of like close range underwater people talking that he's just very... And you can see his hackles rising continuously, but like he's keeping shit under control.
Is this an isolated tank or does it lead out to the water?
It seems to lead to the ocean.
And as you are looking down at that,
I mark off a point of conviction, and I will heal the Rorqual.
you will notice as the wounds are coming out that they are sort of healing on this thing almost as fast as they come. Not in any sort of like the shapeshifters are just blah, but in a like just a natural process of this thing existing. It is like life itself continuing to propagate. But it does it faster and with Todd's touch. Those of you who are up, Dallas, you are also looking down because she is on a grate over the water and you have a gun on her. Those of you who are looking down, now that there are gunshots and commotion, can see the things in the water starting to crawl out and like swim up to stop you. There are 3 of them, and they look, for all intents and purposes, like the creature from the Black Lagoon. Freakish, scaled fish monsters. And they are crawling, like beginning to swim up to crawl out of the water.
Team, what the fuck are those?
I need everyone to roll me initiative.
Well, Grace under pressure.
Grace under pressure, if you have
Such
it,
a good
absolutely
background.
applies.
Initiative 10?
12.
12.
11.
Todd's on a 9. He's at the bottom.
John, here's what I'm going to say, by the way. To get, and I'm going to lay the stakes out for this fight right now. It will take 6 rounds of actions. That's 6 individual actions taking up a round to finish freeing the whale. The roar call will get out. Now, multiple people can take those actions. That is what Bleeds Knight will be doing. He is solely focused on the whale. So if there are 6 actions dedicated to getting rid of her, or to getting her out, she will be at least free to get into the water. And a botch on like an action roll will reset that counter.
Okay.
Okay? John.
I'm going to split, and I'm going to start with pinpoint. It'll be on what has been described as or been called genes.
Roll me your pinpoint.
And then I will shoot one. I'll risk a conviction.
That's your one for the scene.
Yeah, I'll risk 2. 2 successes. I don't really care about their layer, so...
Their layer is the ocean.
Yeah, I figured.
The weakness of the genes is a fading sense of humanity. Yeah, I know that's not like ooh, fire, but they don't really have one of those. It's more that like they were once human. You are very clear of that. They may be losing that sense, but there's still a part of them that remembers it.
So edges that affect once humans.
Yep.
affect them.
Got it.
Yes.
So I'll shout out, they used to be human, and I will shoot it. That'll be 6 to hit with half a die pool.
By the way, with two successes,
Yeah.
there actually is another weakness,
Okay.
and it is low pressure environments.
Oh.
It is amphibious. It doesn't seem to be affected by that in here, but like if like any other living things, despite the fact that it's amphibious, if you push it up towards like low depths real fast, it'll pop.
Got it.
With 6 successes, so 5 will roll over into damage.
I only have 1 destiny, and I can't use Foresee on that. On a damage roll.
Not on a damage roll. You might just have a low damage roll.
Yeah, it's a 2.
It's a 2.
Yep.
These things can soak lethal. But won't. It's a 2 3s, a 4, and a 1. It will take 2 like a bullet just, and it makes this like gaping,
Gross
like,
sound?
gross hissy sound.
Great. Love it. I'm going to move away from them and be like, kill them!
Blessed by me.
Pheia,
Yeah, I trust these guys to have it. I'm going to keep freeing the Rorqual.
make me a strength athletics. I'm going to be making you make rolls now because we are in a high tension environment. However, you may apply your athletics sailing.
Can I spend a willpower?
Absolutely. Yeah, spend it all.
5 successes with the willpower.
5 successes will move you up the rung and make the check for the next person who does so easier. I'll just have Bleeds Knight go here too. He's actually the top of the initiative. I just forgot. So he is also taking an action too to help the Rorqual get away. After that is the 11s. Dallas, you're an 11, correct?
Sure am.
It is you first. You're the PC.
How close am I to them?
Pretty close. There is one that is crawling up like under from where you are that you could be point blank range to. It is also getting a range to like get you, but like it is point range. It is point blank if that was your question.
I'm going to take split in action, so I'm actually going to fire twice.
Okay.
And I'm just going to spend willpower on each one of these shots.
Okay. Are you actually shooting at the head or are you just shooting at the body?
Shooting at the head.
Okay. You are at diff 7.
Yep. I am quick.
I'll accept it.
The first one's 3 successes,
Okay.
and the second one's 3 successes.
Both 2 carry over for both damage rolls.
First one's 5 damage.
It will roll its soak.
And then 3 damage from the next one.
It actually soaks all of the second shot, but none of the first. So you just blow like half a big chunk of gill and face just like flies backwards into the water, like staining it with this red. It is almost dead because of how I've been doing the headshot stuff.
Yep.
Like it is almost dead, but like still clinging to life and like clawing its way out of the fucking water at you.
Yeah.
With its all too human red blood staining the water underneath. And then also on 11, Dr. Lisa sort of like shoves off to try and get up to her feet and takes a full ass action to run towards the computer banks. Sprinting, like, fuck that. But like to get up and run there is her whole action. That's all she can do.
Okay.
Because unfortunately she can't use any fucking magic. Now we go to 10. Nat?
Nat is seeing these guys get up from the water.
Yes.
And you describe them as being like a dark color.
Yeah, they're like a dark black-green color.
It seems like these guys might be somewhat obvious, but we have received some confirmation that this could be leading out directly to the open water.
This is leading out directly to the open water, correct?
And so I think the first thing that Nat feels that she has to do is illuminate.
Illuminate.
Because
Let's do it.
whatever threat is coming at us, we need to know what it is, and our allies need to know what it is, and they'll know what I am, but that's fine.
Perception plus mercy, difficulty 6. Now, if you are splitting actions, it's going to be half your pool.
I'm going to use 1 destiny. It's a wash. But that has a success in it.
All you need for Illuminate is a single success. So, everyone, now you all have second sight up, but whether or not you have second sight up, you may now all perceive all monsters in the scene. As Nat is also perceptible to all monsters as the source of this illumination, as every monster, every inhuman thing glows.
The light that Nat casts upon the monsters looks like the brightest moonlight from a night sky reaching down into the depths of the ocean without being dimmed by the passage.
As Nat glows to these creatures, the biggest, brightest source of light in the room is the fucking sperm whale. Dr. Lisa also glows. The 3 creatures also glow. All things that you expected. Bleeds Night glows. And then 1 dot, 2 dots, 3 dots, a dozen dots, 2 dozen dots in the water beneath the whale begin glowing. All of them anywhere from a softball to a beach ball. And they are all moving in this direction. What is your second action, by the way?
I'm seeing that there is a nearly dead creature menacing our new hunter, right?
Yeah, there is one that is still crawling towards Dallas despite the massive cranial trauma.
So, regardless of how little Nat likes the thought of killing, regardless of how abhorrent it is to her to use this gun, these are her people. She's going to try to shoot him. For whatever movement you'll allow me, I am trying to move myself further from the other hunters.
Okay.
Does my dexterity merit of steady count?
Yes.
Can I spend a willpower?
This you may spend a willpower on.
I have 1 success.
That's all it takes. 8 damage.
Kind of tempted to roll again. I'm only saying 1 success.
So, if you did not Destiny reroll your shot, then you may Destiny reroll damage if you wish.
I Destiny rerolled the other action in my turn.
Then, not the same action.
Okay.
Go ahead. Go blow through your Destiny. Let's do it.
All right. Destiny has a firm opinion here. It's another 1 success.
Okay.
I'm going to take it.
He soaked 1.
Yeah.
So no damage from the shotgun.
Mm-hmm. So Nat, as she's hustling away from the group because she knows she's bringing an awareness to herself, she lets out a growl-like scream. Even now, there's a sort of guilt that imbues her actions as she's raising the barrel. But there's no doubt. And she fires at the one near you.
He's like kind of behind the grating, so a lot of it like hits the metal, and what does hit impacts these like high pressure, like it seems like his body is built to withstand like intense pressure, and so it is very difficult to get through the scales. Moving on from there, we are at number 9, which I believe is Todd.
Based on where people are positioned, am I able to move towards Dallas?
Absolutely,
And
yes.
So
You're all kind of clustered near the pool, so it's not super hard to get
what
to.
I'm saying is, would it keep Dallas within the radius of my
of your ward? Yes, it would.
Yes. Okay.
Well, hold on. Let me ask a question. How far is your ward?
21 feet.
Then yes, absolutely.
All around, 21 in all directions.
Yep. No, absolutely.
I'm still on top of the whale.
I give a nod to the group that's handling the roar call, like, are you guys good? Mm-hmm. Okay. Then heading over the shotgun. Was only one of them damaged so far?
2 of them are damaged.
I'm pretty sure Dallas is good to take care of that other guy. So I'm going to back up John and put some damage on him. How far away is that one that was moving like towards John?
I mean, they're all just on the edge.
I want to let that one into my
Oh, you want to let him in?
edge by moving towards him, and I want
So
to point blank shotgun his ass.
You can do that.
That's what I'm trying to...
Absolutely
okay.
doable. Yeah,
All right.
you can do that and still have Dallas in your
Cool.
range. This is a big room with a big whale-sized pool in it, but like 21-foot radius is pretty fucking big.
It's also not a humane room.
No, it's not.
So
This
it's
is not
smaller.
built for whale comfort. It is
been,
built for whale.
Point of willpower. 5 successes to hit.
4 will roll over into damage.
I dealt 6.
It will soak 2 and take 4. So it is crippled. It is like
Does that crack its stamina and stun it?
it does.
Cool. That's what I wanted.
It is going to be them now. And it is going to launch itself out of the water like a dolphin and actually go after you, Pheia. It will now make its stamina ward because it has to pass the ward in order to get up to her. Because while Pheia might not be in the ward is in the fucking way.
It's your stamina against my stamina plus zeal.
It has 3 successes.
With 2 ones, I have 4 successes remaining.
It tries to leap up and then splashes back into the water and cannot get to Pheia. The one towards Dallas also has to make a stamina check, and it is at penalty because it is so wounded. It will spend 1 of its willpower to ignore wound penalties.
5 on ward.
So it just straight up cannot. And then the one on John rolls no successes, cannot get through. So the ward is stopping all 3 of them. Mm-hmm. You all see this like glowing swarm of things in the water start to converge on the pool. Because of how your thing looks and like the environment, it almost looks like bioluminescence of these things. Except it very clearly is not. And we are going to go back to the top of the round to John.
I'm gonna maneuver around to take Todd out of my direct line of fire so that I can shoot the thing that he's shooting at without endangering him. And I'm gonna take those shots.
Splitting for 2?
Yep.
Okay.
One success on between the 2 of them.
Okay. Roll your damage.
Yep. That'll be 1 damage.
It will soak.
Yep.
Bleeds Knight continues to try and pull shit out so that the Rorqual may escape.
Okay. Question.
Yes.
Can I split my action to hold half of the action with the intent of defense?
Yes.
Okay. Then that's what I'm going to do. The actual action I'm taking is to continue to try to free the Rorqual.
You still have to make the check, and now it is at half die pool. All you need is the 1 success.
I spent a willpower for it.
You'll be at diff 5 instead of 6 because you got 5 successes last round.
3 successes.
3 successes is another one down, so that is 4 out of 6 done between you and Bleeds Knight. That will move us on to 11. Dallas.
So there is an injured thing in front of me, but Lisa is sprinting towards the computers.
Yes, she's at the computers at this point. She just hasn't taken an action yet. She is just about to.
Dallas is just going to turn and aim to blast her in the knee, just to drop her to the ground so she can't actually get to the computer.
So she can't reach the computer. For the lag, I believe, is a +1 difficulty.
Okay. Does being quick...
Not for this one.
I don't think so either.
You're being steady about it.
3 successes, though.
3 successes, so 2 will carry over into damage. Now, here's the fun part. And I'm just going to put this above the table. She cannot spend for quintessence or to do any magic stuff, but if things she has on her are already magic, they still work. But by aiming for her leg, not intentional, you are bypassing her lab coat. So,
fair enough. I rolled 2 1s on my damage.
Okay.
So, I think I'm going to spend my last point of destiny here.
Okay.
3 damage.
She will take 3 straight damage. She cannot soak lethal without her lab coat. She crumples to the ground, like clutching her knee in agony. You do get the impression, though, that she is still determined to, like, go. So I am going to... nope, she's stunned. That's more than her stamina.
Oh, fair enough, yeah.
She was going to shake it off to continue going by spending a willpower, but she can't fucking do that because she is stunned. So that is her turn. She is shocked by the damage to her fragile scientist knee. So then we will go to 10, which I believe is Nat.
Well, I hear the defenders call us bait, and I have, in fact, activated the look at me thing.
You have activated the look at me thing.
I realize that this scenario, they might be able to see through what I'm doing because there's an entire whale being unhooked. But I'm hoping that maybe if I do something, their attention will be swayed for a moment to give my friends some time.
So what are you trying to do?
If I were to activate Radiate first, grab up one of these freed chains and swing way out of my friend's trajectory, put myself somewhere that these creatures would feasibly want to chase me, that's what I'm looking at.
Back corner away from Todd.
Yeah. So this is another split action?
Yeah, oh yes, this would be a split action.
Okay, let's do it.
I will say if you fail the swinging, you are falling directly in the water.
That's what doing Radiate first is for, I suppose.
So roll me Radiate. Roll me Stamina plus Mercy, diff 6.
All right, I have 2 successes.
Okay, that means for the next 2 rounds, the difficulty of all attack rolls against you is increased by 2. You may also, while they are still within mercy yards of you, nominate one, because you got 2 successes, you may nominate one additional person who remains within mercy yards of you to also have this effect. Where you are trying to go to, since Pheia is like on the whale in the middle of the room, Pheia will always be a valuable target. If you are trying to get away from Todd to be more of a bait target, he and Dallas and John will not be legal targets.
Well, seems fitting that Pheia gets a protection then.
Now I need you to roll me a swashbuckling.
Athletics dexterity?
Yes,
Does my athletics spec in climbing count?
I would say so. Roll half your die pool. Don't fuck it up.
I have 1 8.
All right.
That is not canceled out by the other one.
That is all you technically need to not fall directly into the frigid bottom of the ocean without a suit. Nat swings to the other side. As you swing across near the water, you can see that it is all manner, shape, and size of dozens of like octopuses and squid who are coming up.
Nat does her best to look like she's trying to flee.
And as you go, you can see many of them, probably all of them, have an extra tentacle. And they all glow with that inhuman light. Todd, you are here. The innocent just swang to the other side of the room.
This is what I say about that. I let go of the gun that I have slinged. I will draw a fire axe, and the edge of my weapon will glow with this orangey, fiery heat, and I will cleave into the one that we have been fighting in an attempt to just quickly put it down.
Todd, you've never manifested cleave before. This is not an edge that you as a defender have ever had.
No, this is all adrenaline.
Does Todd know he's doing this?
No.
Or is this just a thing that happens as he gets mad?
Yeah, I think he's just pissed off and feels like he needs to get this fight done now.
Make your attack. And as a reminder, when you are attacking with cleave, if you have not spent conviction before,
I have.
You are allowed to spend conviction on an attack roll.
Yeah. Cleave's dope. 4 successes to hit.
3 will carry over into damage.
This is cleave damage.
So in the base book, in Hunt of the Reckoning, they don't do ag. We've said that a couple of times. However, there are certain edges and certain supernaturals which actually do technically use the ag rules when you are crossing over with other genres.
I will crash into him with 5 levels of aggravated damage.
He will take aggravated damage. This is the one that John had shot before.
Yes.
It is
So I had 6 damage on it already.
dead. You literally cleave it in half. And there are sickening ozone smell as this thing comes apart with ease. 1 cannot go to Pheia. It failed. And so is going to try and swim across and go after the person it can who just went, and it's going to attack Nat. Now it is at +2 difficulty and does not have as high dexterity when it's not in the water. And it will get no successes. Thanks to radiate. The other one, because it is compelled, must spend one of its points of willpower to try and continue to get through to Dallas. And will roll 2 1s, which will cancel out any successes it had, and it cannot get through. In fact, it will not be able to get through for the rest of the scene. At this point, the water starts to churn as you see dozens of these glowing things. Many of them are stuck in the water. They're squid. They can't really come out. You see like tentacles come out, but they're like normal-sized squid. They're not massive. But along the edges of the tank of the pool, dozens of octopuses, all with like extra long, extra tentacles, are crawling their way out towards all of you. Identical to the one that tried to kill you, Todd, in the hospital. Identical to the one that Tran was afraid of. That Dallas you saw attached and biting their way through the base of the skulls of people at Brayton Point Station. There are dozens of them here, and they are coming for all of you. We will go back to the top of the round. John.
You say a dozen plus of these things?
About a dozen so far are schlooping their way out of the pool. There are like about a dozen more in the water.
Let me guess, they're all glowing?
They are all glowing. This is the mass of things that was underneath, that was glowing, that was coming in.
I'm gonna shoot the Talon Jerk by Dallas, because I think that one's still alive, right?
It is still alive.
7 to hit. 4 damage.
It will soak 1 and die. Human blood splashes back into the water more, and the body slumps and starts to sink into the pool.
My intention is to stick near wherever Todd is going.
Yeah, fair. Bleeds Knight will look across at you, and there are like 2 hooks left in. All rage and action.
I'm going to split my pool again to
Okay.
hold one for defense.
To hold 1 for defense. By the way, as a reminder, you can use bluster on other people's behalf.
Oh, yeah.
Okay.
That's, again, why I'm holding it for defense.
For sure.
Just 1 success this time.
All that is required. You are holding a secondary action. I now need you to make me an athletics dexterity balance check as this whale crashes into the pool below. Like it was already mostly in the water,
Yep.
but it is just now like dropping with its full weight.
Is this a half pool roll?
It's a half pool. No, this is your full pool because this is
Okay.
reflexive. If you fail, you are going in the water.
4 successes.
Is enough to keep you on the back of the whale. You do not go into the water. A lot of the glowing squid and things that were down there in the water are either displaced or crushed as this whale falls. There is a of like frigid water that washes over all of your feet, but there are still like a dozen of these things that are up and crawling towards you. We are then going to go to 11, Dallas.
Dallas is going to stand up, holster his pistol, and then shoulder the assault rifle. And I guess I realize I'm saying my actions a lot, but I'm not actually shooting at a target. I'm just going to basically full auto open up on the banks of computer.
Not even going to make
Things-
you roll for that. You fucking destroy the computer.
And basically just with also the intent of forcing the doctor to keep her head down.
Lisa keeps her head down.
Yeah.
As you do that, you see she was moving towards a fucking button.
I figure.
100%. And now that is a sparking, smoking ruin. She screams as her round will be taking cover from that. She's not used to getting shot at. But she screams, "No, my data." Taking cover and like clearly scared of the guy who shot her in the knee and is now full auto-aiming into a computer bank, can't help herself but throw a just pissed, hateful look back over her shoulder at you. And then on her turn, because that's what she's doing, she's cowering, you see something change in her eyes a little bit. Do you still have your mask on? Your helmet?
I sure do.
Okay. You see something change in her eyes a little bit, and she looks like confused. Not in that like, who are these people? What's happening? But in that like, a very discerning, curious, like, who the fuck is this? That is not quite Dr. Lisa looking at you.
Yeah, okay.
And then she's her again. You see it for, you have discern up. You see it for just a second. And then she's there again, cowering and whimpering as she holds her knee. We will go down to number 10.
Does it look like that whale intends to continue descending into the water?
Yes, actually. It may not fully be aware that there is someone who can't breathe in the water on her back.
Yeah.
But yes, that is absolutely her intention. And she is like, now that she is in the water, this thing is very calm, very peaceful. It's also a sperm whale. You can feel this hunter's rage as it hits the water. As it falls, as the last of those chains go, like, plugs and wires are getting yanked out of it. Things that should kill it, but like she said, I am healing, and she just is fucking furious in a way that almost puts the Rokia to shame. Pheia, on top, by the way, you can kind of feel that Bleeds Knight is a little nervous. This thing's a fucking sperm whale, and apparently not all whales are like easygoing with the Rokia.
Gotcha.
But she, yes, very clearly intends to be like, fuck this shit. Now, whether she's bent on escape or vengeance, unclear, but she's going into the water.
Well, I would prefer that Pheia not, so I gotta swing over, grab Pheia, and deposit us both with the group.
This is an athletics roll if I've ever heard one.
Does either climbing or SETI apply?
Climbing will apply, and this is a strength athletics.
I will spend a willpower.
Okay.
With the willpower, I have 2 successes.
2 successes is not enough to do it gracefully, but it is enough to do it.
Nat comes barreling in, glowing, panicking. This up close, the shenanigans that she just pulled are obviously making her heart beat out of her chest. But she sees Pheia up on that whale. She sees the water turning to foam around Pheia and that whale descending. And Pheia's glowing too. And everything, this whole scenario, is so clear. So Nat knows what she has to do, and she swings in, panicking, grabs you up in the least comfortable princess hold you've ever experienced. Mm-hmm. Hands are not going where they're supposed to go, but she keeps a grip on you. Mm-hmm. Whatever novelty t-shirt you got on today is stretched.
It's probably an ad for Titanic tour cruises. It's buried deep underneath all the uniform, but...
Successfully back near the defender, now under the effects of Radiate with a held bluster and a ward. Todd, it is your action. There is still one of these fucking genes up. You do, however, see that now that Bleed's Knight is not freeing the Rorqual, it plans to swim with the Rorqual, and he is transforming once again in front of everyone and looking like dead crazy at this fucking thing.
So he's leaving with the Rorqual.
He is leaving with the Rorqual, and the gene is currently back in the water.
So that's handled.
He does not even bother to say goodbye. He's just like, Rorqual! Like, and
Yep.
goes in the
Yeah,
water.
dude, have fun.
No, that's
great.
Go off, King.
I am hyperventilating too much for goodbye anyway.
Mm-hmm.
Not as a combat action. I grab John's shoulders. Explosives.
I plan on putting one on the way out.
That's now.
I look to Dr. Lisa. Biopods. Where are they?
Why would I tell you about any experiments?
Because that's the difference between you dying here and you getting put in a pod to make it back to the surface.
That'd be an intimidation. This will be a difficulty 4. Thank you, Dallas.
All right, I did spend a willpower on this.
Spend them all now, man.
4
successes?
4 successes.
She looks at you, screws up all of her willpower, and goes, I'll never tell you about the experiments in 4A.
Good to know.
And then realizes she said it. See, I've been cooperative. Clearly was not cooperative. Clearly made a mistake because she was scared. And now is pretending she was cooperating, so you'll leave her alive.
We have a guy who decides on these
Dallas takes the heavy pistol and fucking unclacks the cylinder in front of her so she can see the bullets remaining.
Mm-hmm.
I have plenty enough to scatter your brains all over the floor of this place. And slaps the cylinder back in. Walks over, grabs her up by her lab coat. Hopefully doesn't wreck his hand. I don't know if that's a thing.
Okay. No, the lab coat was functioning as armor. That is a thing. She doesn't have it.
Scoops her up and basically kind of puts the pistol under her chin. What's 4A now?
4A is on the 4th floor of the facility. It is where the so-called biopods and Klieg's pet project that he took all my resources from is held. Directly below the administrator's offices.
And that's where the escape pods are?
No, that's where the biopods are, like the stuff, like the water in the pitcher we found.
Gotcha. But the escape pods are on the 5th?
On every floor.
The executive ones, yes.
The executive one's up at the top.
I think the other people in here, the people, can get to the other escape pods.
It's up to them.
If the alarm is being sounded.
By the way, Rob, quick question. When that hive mind kind of looked through Lisa's eyes,
Yep.
I did have the sight up.
You did.
Did I catch anything?
You also had discern up.
Yeah, I had both discern and the sight. Klieg.
It feels and looks exactly the same as when you were talking to Katie, and then all of a sudden, Katie was talking with the voice and thoughts of something much greater.
So
and then
Klieg
ended
is the
it with
voice for this entity.
There is some sort of entity way beyond Klieg, but Klieg is apparently the mortal connection around here. He is the top of this part of the food chain. He is the one, at least locally, who keeps looking around and doing shit. Dr. Lisa, for a second, by the way, as you're holding her, looks, and you can see that she's about to try and shrug out of her thing and jump in the water. She's infected. You have the impression she doesn't give a shit about the pressure or the water or the cold, and then sees a fucking crazy Rokia down there killing everything. It happens in a split second. You can see her decide not to do that. And as she's saying, you guys are talking about the like escape pods in the executive, you feel the facility like shake. Dallas, you can still see in the dark. And like I said, there are like windows and shit out there.
Is the warp wall?
A fucking massive whale just smashed into the side of this facility. It didn't break anything.
Yeah.
Yet.
We're done here. Time to go.
Yeah.
And I level my gun and I shoot her.
I'm going to rush forward and take point. Let's go.
As you get out into the hallway, I need everybody to roll me initiative. Now, this is not an initiative for normal combat. This is an initiative to see if you get to act before you are all gunned down. I want to be extremely clear about that. You are looking to beat a 9.
A 12.
Also a 12.
I have an 11.
13.
I'm at a 9.
We have so far been rolling in favor of the players, and I'm not going to stop that now. So, we're not going to go into combat right now, but as you guys put, Todd, you take point, you go out into the hallway. There is a team of 6 at the far end of the hall, back out towards where the atrium or whatever was. And as soon as you step out, they all open fire. All of you are fast enough to step back inside.
This is a big, important space. Does there happen to be a private elevator in here?
There does not.
Okay. Does there happen to be a staircase? Or like a
there does
ladder?
not. There
Okay.
does not.
How many scuba suits are there?
4.
Would like to use my MP5 to force suppressive fire and basically created an opportunity for this little circle of hunters to cross the hall, kind of like keeping to cover, so that they can't kind of keep us pinned down at that doorway. And I do realize that there's a bit of risk that comes with it, but I'm going to try to light some shit up with a full auto attack.
I am applying radiate to him if I can.
Radiate no longer applies. 2 rounds have been up.
Got it, thank you.
Matt, what are you planning on doing?
With the hand signals I taught, I indicate a path towards a pod, and basically I just step out and force them to duck their heads.
I'm going to use 4C to see how that's going to play out.
Here's how we're going to do this.
Yep.
Lex, roll me your firearms. And what we're going to do, because they are firing as well, we are actually going to roll contested firearms. And I want to know who comes out on top.
Okay. I'll expend a point of willpower.
I'll tell you straight out, they rolled 9 successes. I rolled a bunch of 10s.
Okay. I can destiny that. And, I mean, I am rolling 18 dice. Just hoping I don't get a bunch of ones.
While you are rolling, by the way, I have one additional question for you.
Yeah.
I forgot the timing on it. Is Ward still up?
Yes.
There is a wet slapping sound as he is doing this, and I know you're doing 4C, as a dozen or more, like, mutated octopuses, fingers on the ends of their tentacles, human eyes, you can see under their beaks like human teeth, slapping against this invisible barrier, trying to get at all of you.
5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14 successes.
14 successes? You use 4C, John.
Yep.
You see he will lean out. There is one future, because you use Destiny, right?
Yes.
There is one future, and you see him get riddled with bullets. And then that future rewrites itself very quickly to assert that no, he will actually make this attack team duck and quit firing enough for you to at least run to the next room.
I shake my head for a second, I give him a thumbs up, and
I do it.
They stop firing just long enough for you guys to make a book to the next room. They're going to start firing again any second.
Yeah, with like a hand on people guiding them as I like one hand with the MP5. I do that.
I am going to roll one roll to try and break your ward. There are like a dozen things, so I'm just going to up their stamina a little bit, considering it is functionally a swarm coming at you.
Okay.
They got no successes.
I have 8 successes on ward.
8 successes. Okay.
I keep the monsters behind us in their place.
And the
Keep
monsters in
ahead of us in their place.
Where are you going?
We conveniently have a map for escape procedures that was printed out. The plan is to utilize that map and kind of make our way. Mm-hmm. With a hand gesture, I'm going to be like, hey guys, stealth. We can't win a sustained firefight with them.
Are you making your way up or are you making your way out? Because remember, there are questionable escape pods on every level.
I actually leave that call to John.
Time for me to turn my lights off.
We're heading to 4A. We're finishing this.
Down the hall, you can find an elevator up.
Okay. We're going to be using stealth
Absolutely.
to get where we got to go.
Roll me a group stealth. All right, what are we looking at?
Is a difficulty of 6.
It is a difficulty of 6. It's 6 because this is contested. 6, 5, 4, 5, 1. I'm taking the average of what you guys got on this.
Can I use tactics for this too?
You have not had time to make a plan yet. But in the future, if you guys have a minute, like say in an elevator, then yes.
Okay.
They got 3 total successes, which is less than your group average. You guys make it to the elevator totally undetected. By the time they come back out, which is just moments, you hear nothing. And you make it to an elevator. There are no stairs here. It's fucking infuriating. And the elevator seems to go on a slant. This is a fucking pyramid. The architecture of this place is stupid.
Speaking of which, as I'm getting more view of architecture, can I make some kind of construction roll to kind of get like better ideas as we're going along about if we're going to plant something in this space where a good one would go?
Yes. Roll me an intelligence construction. Now, the difficulty on this is going to be 7 because the architecture of this is like undersea wizard bullshit.
1 success.
So here's the thing that you kind of are getting. This is a pyramid at the bottom of the ocean. This fucking doesn't make any sense. There's too much glass for this to make any sense. So then thinking along those lines, this has to not make sense. If you just blow up the right part of the outside of this, probably from the inside, the whole thing, the pressure of the ocean will collapse this place. Now, as you guys are running, you can see like a spot where the whale hit. There's a crack in that glass and water is coming in, but it has not immediately explosively decompressed, which you would be aware is what would happen in a normal facility at this depth. So, okay, if you're not thinking about explosive decompression, if you just bring a large enough chunk of this base down, eventually, at some point, the weight of the ocean will do the rest for you. So, if you want the whole thing to go like at a house of cards, probably top. But if you go outside and go like where you think either a structural point on the bottom or near the top and have the weight of the ocean collapse the rest of it like a house of cards.
All right, we need to get to the top of this thing. Obviously, all of their important components are on the 4th level. Sounds like the executive spot is in the 5th level. This whole damn thing does not make any sense architecturally. Those cracks should have collapsed this thing already. So I'm guessing that this whole thing is built around some kind of weird magic or occultism.
I mean, Dr. Tran was keeping the octopi out with magic duct tape around the toilet. So
point being, I think what we're talking about here is actually destroying the most important part. That would be like a weird linchpin if this were some kind of like magical edifice, I'm guessing. Naturally, that would be the fucking top of the pyramid. I don't think Klieg's that clever of a guy.
like with, I don't know.
You should have seen the art they had in their corporate offices. These guys are not that smart.
Dallas, in this fucking elevator, there is like very retro futurist, we're doing it art just on the walls. Like if Norman Rockwell painted a bunch of stuff about evil scientists.
I mean, Thomas Kincaid.
Yeah, basically, yeah.
Okay.
So you're saying we should go to the executive level?
Yes.
That'll take out the biopods, you think?
Well, the biopods are right under the corporate levels. I mean, if we get a demolition charge set either on level 4 right beneath the corporate office, or if we put it right in the damn corporate office.
My concern is that if yeah, we smush the thing, that's great, but if somehow it just cracks open the biopods, and if that's important to Klieg, he's going to have protections around them, they're just going to get released into the ocean. We've solved nothing.
Do you think we can blow it from inside the biopods towards the outside?
I have a feeling that we need to blow up something centerline in this pyramid. As much as that does not make sense, this whole thing does not make sense.
Well, what we are doesn't make sense.
I love it. Sounds like a plan.
Interior, exterior?
Interior.
Tell us where to go, then.
Can I have an intuition check?
Yeah.
Well, what trait do you want me to use?
Is a wits for this one.
1 success.
Because it's a pyramid, everything narrows. Just based on the size of like the labs downstairs, and then sort of as you came in, looking at sort of even just the angle of this elevator as it goes up. Level 4A is probably the whole ass fucking floor. So the biopod's floor is probably the entire 4th floor, with the 5th being much smaller on top of it. Probably just like an office and personal living quarters.
I meant, like, do we need to deal with the biopods before we blow the place up?
It's probably a good idea.
Okay. No, guys, we gotta deal with the pods before we blow anything up.
Probably would prevent it from being released into the ocean.
They're just gonna be released into the ocean, and we've solved nothing.
That being said, and I don't want to necessarily complicate this, but it is my job. Gut check. You do need to do that. With the alarms going off, you guys are also running out of time. Not even just that the facility collapses, but like, you guys have been you haven't been lucky, but you have been like very fortunate so far, and things have been like working out. You can feel the end of that rope of fate, of destiny, of luck fraying.
I thought the plan was to use explosives and take this location, not to destroy it. What do we have to destroy the tanks otherwise?
There might be, like, a way to drain them. There might be a way to extract them and take them with us so we can destroy them on land, or give them to Dr. Tran.
We don't have that kind of time.
We don't know anything until we get there, but I know that if we release them into the ocean, then we've solved nothing.
We don't know enough yet to make a call, so let's just get to it.
Dallas, reload.
Oh, shoot.
Right.
I do it too.
You guys get to the 4th floor, and the elevator stops. It will not let you go to the executive level. Does not go to 5 for you. The doors open, and there is another team of 6.
I was going to say, we should be on the sides.
Yeah.
And they are all pointing guns directly there and begin to open fire. John, you didn't even fucking use foresee. Very smart. They are not hitting anyone yet, because they are just opening fire into it. And then there are loud crunches and screams. And the gunfire stops. Jesus fucking Christ. I'm so tired of these goddamn people.
Is that you, Mateo?
Come on out or I'm gonna... Wait, who the...
Is that Mateo?
Hello?
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 Hi.
I got out of the elevator.
Yeah.
Holy shit!
Thanks for the assist.
Yeah, well... The others are somewhere. We came in through the habs. Where the fuck have you been?
You find your dad yet?
No? Did you?
I think that's
I've been
him.
looking around for him.
Yeah, we found him.
The
He's
timing
with-
got very weird swimming down here.
left
I'm
with
not
the
used to
whirlpool.
getting this deep.
We released him in a whale.
You fucking did? Oh! Shit! Where? When? How long ago?
We'll explain
gotta
later.
find the tanks.
We gotta take care of the biotanks. We will have story time later. I promise, buddy.
Stick with us.
Okay. You guys are going up?
Yeah, we're looking in there first, and I point to the lab behind him, essentially.
It's like right there.
Yeah.
Yeah, you're in a hallway basically that
Yeah.
goes from like one end where there's an elevator, the other end where there's an elevator, and then in the middle on the wall is the lab.
I go into the lab. If it's locked, I fire exit, and I just keep going into the lab.
Done. Easily done. You get into the lab. There are multiple tanks, and they like vats, basically, like almost villainously cartoonish
Yeah.
vats of goo and like the shit that looks very similar to the slightly more diluted version that was in Gary's fridge.
Rob,
Some
the
computer banks, and that's what you got.
the location of this lab, is
Yes.
it centerline to the pyramid?
Central line.
Yeah, Dallas kind of like looks around and is like, yeah, this is like spot on centerline in the pyramid. I have a feeling that demolitions here are going to be absolutely like critical damage to the structure of this thing.
Perfect. I start looking at computer banks and start looking for, like, how do I terminate the projects?
Okay.
Like, specifically, that is what I'm looking for.
I made intelligence computers roll.
Is there equipment here that's meant to like monitor how cool the tanks are kept, how warm,
Yes.
etc.?
All of that is hooked up to.
So in theory, if it gets overheated because like
We found
the
it in the
ocean.
fridge.
You're in the bottom of the fucking ocean, and you found it in the fridge.
Right. So if it gets overheated, we can kill it before the explosives go off. And that's what I say to the group. There's got to be some control to monitor it.
Okay.
That's the update, Mateo. We're gonna blow this place up.
Yeah, some control to work.
Can you tell the others
All right.
somehow?
Not from in here, from outside I can. Also, I were going to below this place.
I think
That's where we're headed, so...
they'll be okay.
Okay, if you say so.
It's going to be a lot of water. I think they'll be generally fine.
What's below this place?
The grotto, apparently. They built this place on the fucking grotto.
Nat just kind of looks confused.
Like a sacred place, a holy place, a place where I'm supposed to meet with sea and where everyone is supposed to...
The whale mentioned that they corrupted one. So I guess that's what they meant. 3 successes.
Okay. You can absolutely find ways to, there's some valves and stuff, and there's schematics. You know how to get into the temperature controls.
I will bring Todd and Nat and whoever's not doing anything. I will bring them over to the first one and show them what needs to be done to jank the temperatures up.
Okay, I'll do that.
Copy.
I got Dallas, and we're going to plant the explosive.
So there are rules for explosives and demolitions in Hunter. Dallas, you may use construction to aid demolitions. So basically, you can roll your construction, and every success you get adds to John's demolitions roll.
That would be a construction what?
The intelligence, because you're looking for the correct spots. You're thinking about the structure, the architectural structure.
So I got 4 successes. I unfortunately don't have any specs that relate to this, so...
4 successes means 4 extra dice for 10. Now this is explosives. You're probably not gonna, but don't botch this roll.
Thanks. Does creative logic apply?
Yes, it does.
6.
With 6 successes, here's what I'll tell you.
Oh,
you
8. Sorry.
8. Jesus. With 8 successes, here's what I will tell you. You can set the timer for however long you want. And you are pretty confident that this will take down the building from here. But you need to tell me, Tim, how long that timer's going to be.
I have a pretty high roll. Can I, place the explosive behind, some monitors or
You
something?
can make it hard to find, yes.
Yeah, perfect. Great. Mav, Hearth, how long do you guys need?
I need you guys to make me a science roll.
Is that intelligence science?
It will be intelligence science.
I have 2 successes.
I have 3.
Studious, does that have anything to do with anything?
Nah, really.
All right, a willpower it is. 2 successes with the willpower.
So between all of you, you're going to need about 10 minutes of cooking. And all those little organic seeds will die. At least according to the things that you read in the files.
We need 10 minutes.
Great.
Sounds right.
All right, can you guys set that to go? Or do we have to wait here the whole time? I don't want to be here.
I want to make sure it's done, though.
That's the issue, is I don't...
I don't think we can sit here for 10 minutes.
We got to figure out where the escape pods are, though.
1 floor up.
The pyramid shakes again.
Isn't it the end of the hall? I thought they were the end of every hall.
They're at the end of every hall,
And up.
and the executive one is on the top floor.
All right, let's hit the executive one.
How did we even get up there?
If we end up with extra time, we can someone can run back and check. But we got to keep going.
The elevator doesn't go up any higher.
What if we take something off of their uniforms? Do they have clearance?
I'll check. I will go over to the team that was dispatched by Mateo. Mm-hmm. And I'll go to see if they have any kind of, security badges or anything
There's
like that.
definitely a security badge you can grab.
Like a key card or something like that?
Yep. Roll me investigate. Perception investigate.
3 successes.
You find the head guy one, and it looks like if they were stationed this high, it is likely at least one of them may be able to actually get you to the executive level.
Looks like this might be the trick to getting up there.
Let's go.
Okay.
I head over to take point.
I will set it for, at this point, 11 minutes. Let's go.
The 11-minute countdown starts now. You get to the executive level floor. 10 minutes left. It is gorgeous up here. It's like a super nice hotel room, just under the water. Everything is open above, and there's luminescence that pierces some of the blackness of the ocean around it. At the very top, there's like a tube that comes down to the middle of the room with a ladder. And at the very top of the pyramid, you can see that is what looks like an escape biosphere. There is no one up here. You made it.
Is there anyone in the biosphere? Can we tell that?
As you look, through the black, walking on the top of the pyramid next to the biosphere, wearing a nice suit as if he was not walking on top of a pyramid under the ocean. It's fucking Klieg. And he looks down through the glass into the executive suite and with a delicate hand snaps a piece off the biosphere. And then just waves at you.
Fucking Klieg. He just sabotaged the biosphere.
Do you think he'll do that to the rest of them?
Well, he's walking on the outside of the pyramid. He must have already been doing that shit. Fuck.
We just saw what he sabotaged.
Yeah, that means someone needs to get out there and fucking fix that.
Yeah.
And that's a thing you can do, right?
Yeah, but not in 10 minutes.
What if we got help?
Dallas starts looking around. Did he see any more scuba suits on levels 4 or up here?
Yes. There were 2 on level 4, and there is 1 up here.
Is there?
But it has never. The one on this level has clearly never been used. It is very clearly for show. It still functions. It's just
He don't need it.
he don't need it.
I'm gonna look to Mateo. You, Mateo, one other. Who's going out?
It's only one suit, man.
Yeah, but I know how to fix that.
Then it's you and Mateo.
All right.
Mateo, that guy needs his ass kicked.
I mean, I'll do my best.
I believe in you.
Is there
look how fucking skinny he is?
is there like some kind of airlock up here that can get me outside?
Yes. The biosphere is there, but there is also, as you are looking around, there's like a little porthole area that is clearly like a little airlock that Klieg probably uses more than anything else because he doesn't fucking have to do anything else. He's adapted to down here.
All right, guys. Dallas starts ripping off the tactical gear. Grab that suit and help me get in there right now.
Pheia grabs it and starts helping him put it on.
As you are watching and putting that on, Klieg is smiling. Unfortunately, he can't talk to anybody down there. But those of you who are not hurrying to do this, see both elevators are now coming up towards the executive floor. He's a hive mind and has let people know.
Do you think we can block the elevator?
Start trying.
You get all the gear on. There's 8 minutes left.
Klieg is still on the outside?
Klieg is still on the outside. He hasn't come in. He doesn't feel the need.
I point at him. We're coming for you, bottom feeder.
He puts a hand up to his ear like, what? I can't hear you.
Balance.
Awesome.
It's stamina +2.
Stamina +2.
Is my difficulty.
Your difficulty is a 6.
Is there like a heavy desk I could knock over to give us some cover?
Oh, 100%. Yes.
All right.
Like I said, all the things down here, despite being at the bottom of the ocean, are extremely fine. So there's like a big, heavy mahogany desk and like filing cabinets and couches, and they're absolutely places to make cover.
Doing that.
So I only got one success. But that means that he has an hour without spending his abilities.
Sure fucking does.
Do you have welding gear?
I do not have welding. Well, unless I brought some in like a bag, but I don't think I did.
You had literally planned on it before.
Yeah.
Oh no, that's right. I had. So
Yeah.
So I've got like
Unless you dropped it somewhere, but I don't think we ever established that.
No, I probably had it in my I had a bag with tack gear, so I probably had the welding gear in there.
Explicitly underwater welding gear. It's like your whole thing.
So there's a thing I want to do.
Sure.
One of the things I have packed is a flare gun and lots of road flares.
Yep.
What I'd like to do with it is there's the 2 elevators that are coming up. I would like to basically make the areas around the elevators extremely bright by setting up the flares to burn. So even if they come in with their like night vision goggles and all of that ready to go, they will be blinded.
You set that up. I'm very happy to apply the blindness penalties.
Okay, that
these
is
guys.
what I'm going to do. I'm going to set them up to be blind.
Great idea.
I'm going to lay
Defender.
low in stealth, and my plan is to actually like counter ambush one of those parties with
Do you
an
want to
automatic
make
attack.
a plan?
Great idea.
That's
Okay.
what I'm going over.
Just wanted to remind you.
I'm going to take one door. The 3 of you get behind cover, hide, and as they come out and when they start laying out fire, wait until you hear the sounds of them reloading, and then we are going to fire into the elevators to try to take them out.
Do you want me to try and stop them from firing?
Can you stop all of them from firing?
No.
Yeah, fuck it.
They already know where we are. Should I turn the lights back on?
No, we want pitch black and flares.
Got it. Todd, which do you prefer, Dragon's Rounds or full auto?
Full auto.
Got it.
And that's, I'm going to try to initiate a plan with that.
Okay.
I'm going to give each of you 1 die. Unfortunately, I didn't roll like,
Fucking one die is one die. I mean,
Are we able to pool tactics?
I'm out.
And you get Dallas's AR because you're probably going to want a full auto at some point.
Okay.
While they're worrying about that, Dallas gets all suited up, gets his tools, and heads to the water lock with Mateo.
Mateo walks over. He just like strips his shirt off. Okay. So you ready to go out there?
No. This would be the deepest dive I've ever done.
You want to know something? Before today? Me too.
All right.
Dallas, the hatch is locked. And the room starts to fill up with water. And for some fucking reason, they were right. It's bizarre. Being in here, there is not like the pressure fear. You can't feel it. Your blood is not boiling. Something about this place, at least for now, before it collapses, close to it keeps the pressure at bay. You have a high enough patron rating, I'm just gonna fucking tell you this. If you go too far away from the pyramid, you will be crushed.
Gotcha.
The water is freezing. It hurts, and you can feel yourself already going numb, even despite this fancy wetsuit. You realize something interesting in here while you're watching this thing fills up while the 2 of you are in here kind of tight. As the water goes over, Mateo takes a breath. He cannot breathe underwater in this form. And when he's a human being, he's a fucking human being. And it is because it's so cramped in here, it's not until...
He can't transform.
He can't transform. It's not
Without
until you guys
crushing me.
go outside
Yeah.
that he will be able to transform and do anything. So it's going to be a full round of him not being able to help as he adjusts to the water from being a human. I want everybody to roll me initiative. Dallas, what are you at?
22.
hot fucking damn. Inside.
18.
She's at 13. I'm 11.
14.
Dallas,
Yeah,
do you have the natural swimmer merit?
I do.
Awesome. So, when you are underwater, physical attacks, unless you have the correct physical attacks, are greatly hindered. Anything you attempt to do is limited by your athletics pool. However, you have natural swimmer, so you get to be a little bit better than that. And because you have scuba gear on, you can breathe out here, and you can move at a lessened penalty. Klieg will not be suffering any of those penalties. Mateo, once he transforms, will not be suffering any of those penalties. For a human being, though, you are extremely well suited to be doing this. It is pitch black out here. Like, the sun does not reach. The sun only goes down 750 feet. After that, it is total blackness.
I hope.
Yes,
Was that a shit ton of flares might produce a little bit of illumination?
it will.
Okay.
For Mateo. Dallas doesn't need it.
Discern,
Nope,
baby.
you don't.
Klieg is just holding that part still. Like, he's enjoying this. He also does not yet seem aware that anything is wrong on floor 4. But you have the first action by a good bit.
Yeah. I'll reach out a hand and put like a hand on Mateo just so he can hear me better, basically.
I need that part that he's got in his hand. If you can get that to me, I can fix the sphere.
He gives you a thumbs up.
Dallas will move out of the lock onto the surface of the pyramid. Is Klieg standing in the way of the bathysphere, or...?
He's like kind of leaning on it. He's right next to it. And you can see like that red light from the flares from inside starting to come up, which casts him in this like really fucking demonic light.
Yeah. It's weird pitch blackness with this red ambience glowing out of the side of a pyramid. What a fucking weird situation we found ourselves in. Dallas kind of like stands up and locks eyes with Klieg and just kind of starts shaking, like overly exaggerated shaking the head of his scuba head.
And he just looks at you because for all the shit that Klieg is aware of, the nature of the imbued is not one of them. He has not seen this shit.
And he kind of he points again and then points to the ground like right there.
And he just continues to give this smug like, what, man? I am the master of being this deep in the water. What are you gonna fucking do, diver?
All right, you said his stamina plus 3 would be 7?
Yes.
All right, so it's difficulty 7, zeal plus stamina roll for me.
Okay.
He is stuck in place for 3 rounds with 3 successes.
For 3 rounds, he cannot get away from the Rokea.
And as long as I don't break eye contact with him.
Yep, correct. Next up is Klieg, who goes to like step forward and can't, and looks concerned and horrified. He raises a hand towards you and gestures like he's trying to pull you towards him, and nothing happens. And then it's Mateo's turn. And Mateo will spend a rage to instantly transform. And what you see is not the were shark with the hands and the whatever, but a Rokea's actual war form. A dire shark. A shark that is 30 feet long. He is a fucking monster. And he will go at Klieg. Three successes. Klieg will use one of his special abilities. Does not have to spend for it.
Okay.
It's just a thing he gets to do to defend himself. It's not a huge die pool, so Mateo will hit him, and one will carry over into damage. And do 2 aggravated damage. It does look like it should have been a lot more than that when Klieg gets hit.
Yeah, 30-foot shark just put his jaws around this guy
And
in a
just
suit.
full hit him at like 30 miles an hour under the water. Klieg does seem shocked to see his own blood in the water. When his blood hits the water, there is a massive movement from out of the dark. You can feel the current that was not there that is suddenly there as something larger exponentially than even Mateo in this form moves in the water. It's not that you can't see it through the dark. It's that it is too big yet to comprehend. Inside, the flares are going, everything is dark, all of you are hidden. Both elevators open up, and 2 teams of 6 special teams soldiers begin to pour out of the elevator. All of you inside had held actions before they came out. So we are just going to go down the initiative order, skipping over them as they pour out. All of them are blinded. You all have bonuses to attack them. Pheia, we are starting with you. What are you doing? Or are you holding to protect?
I'm going to hold.
Todd.
I'm going to stealth ambush.
Roll it.
How many successes on the stealth roll actually carry over?
It is technically contested, but because of the circumstances that you guys set up, where they are coming out blind, I'm not giving them a contested roll, so you will be carrying each one of your stealth rolls.
Okay. I'm going to be double tapping with a shotgun spread on the group that I'm on. First attack is 5 successes. Second attack is 5 successes. First attack deals 8 lethal. Second attack deals 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9 lethal.
So they are soaking a bunch of it. It is not enough. Only one guy is still alive and he is incapacitated.
Okay.
The shotgun spread, when everyone is that close together,
Yep.
You hit everybody. Everyone except one guy goes down in a hail of gunfire on that side. One guy is like on his knees, still has his gun, but is not doing well. Next we go to Nat.
Nat grimaces because this is way more violence than she ever wanted to get into. But in for a penny and for a pound, I am firing full auto with Dallas's gun. I'm spending that willpower. 10 successes? Oh, sorry, 11 with the willpower.
So you can almost give 2 to everybody. You can hit every single one of them and roll 1 extra damage die for 5 of them.
2 successes.
It is armor piercing, so their armor doesn't mean shit. However, with their weird fucked up bodies, they can soak lethal. So they will soak 1 out of the 3 damage that you did. You will do 2 lethal to the entirety of the squad.
My clip is gone.
Yep.
Each one of them gets lit the fuck up. John,
Now it's my turn to do the same.
now it's your turn to do the same thing.
Stealth. 5 successes.
5 successes carry over to your shot. They do not see you coming.
11 successes in total.
Same deal.
Yep.
You can hit everybody, and all but one of them gets an extra damage die.
So, yeah, it's 3 damage.
3 damage?
Yeah, I can... I'm going to spend the destiny on that. I'll do it the second time. It's 2.
The better one was 3, right?
Yep.
They have all been shot, but every single one of them is still on their feet. At the end of the round now,
If it's the end of the round,
on the inside,
and they don't get an action this round, right?
they are now moving to take cover. So you all will now be in a protracted fight. Now, they are still blind.
Okay, but they're not taking an
They
action
will not,
otherwise.
They're not taking an action to shoot.
Okay, then I'm going to shoot them instead of holding to protect. If we get to the end of the round.
All right.
I
Yeah.
held my action.
We have never played with the spend and willpower roll at this fucking podcast, so just change your mind.
Okay.
Shoot them.
Dex stealth first.
+1.
3 successes.
7 dice of damage to everybody.
2 successes.
Their inhuman nature starts to almost be morale killing. You have put 3 full automatic rounds, just pouring everything into them. Not a one has dropped. They are all still coming. Their armor is fucking ribbons at this point.
Yep.
And there is blood splashing the walls. But they are, now that they are out of the kill box, are starting to, take cover, put into formation, try and find places to counter fire. This is going to get bloody very quickly.
Pheia will drop to cover, as instructed, once she's done firing.
So the cover in here, by the way, they will have light cover because they are in the hallway. It's +1 difficulty to shoot at them. You guys will have hard cover because of the big furniture in here. There's +2 difficulty to shoot at you. Dallas, you are still faster. What you will notice, because you are a very perceptive guy, it may not have hurt Klieg as much as he thought, but you see the piece has been knocked out of Klieg's hand and is now dropping down the pyramid.
So I am going to scramble to snatch that piece.
Make me a strength athletics. Remember your good swimmer bonus,
Right,
but
so-
all the other
So difficulty normal 6?
difficulty will be normal, yeah. As an underwater judge, you actually have a weird skill set to be able to be perfect for this.
My athletics spec is scuba.
Yeah, you absolutely applies.
So that's 5 successes to grab it.
5 successes, easily done, snatching it out of the darkness as you see Mateo whirl and that fucking shape out in the darkness start to come into view. And it is a squid, a kraken, a thing the size of multiple city fucking buses long, its tentacles stretching maybe hundreds of feet. Klieg, because of you, can do nothing. He has no ability to do his neat range stuff, and he cannot move, at least for the rest of the round.
To be fair, I did not take any penalties to catching that thing. I would imagine actually I could not maintain eye contact on Klieg. So he could probably move at this point.
Tell you what, I know this is a Chronicles thing. Roll me a chance die.
So
Looking for highs.
a 5.
You had to, it's not even that you could turn away. You're actually good enough that you can go down, going backwards, maintaining, grabbing him. And it's when that thing moves in the darkness that it breaks your attention just for that fraction of a second. And Klieg starts to move away to take cover behind the thing. And what you see that he is doing is baiting Mateo to come for him so that this fucking 30-foot shark will smash into the escape pod. Mateo would go, and he is pretty clearly falling for the bait, and a tentacle shoots out of the darkness the size of a tree trunk, faster than you can think, wraps around his middle and pulls him away like a fucking fish on a lure, leaving a shit ton of blood in its wake.
Buddy.
Klieg looks at you, and now that you're both out here, you hear his voice. Not quite in your mind. You didn't experience what Pheia did, but in a very similar way, but with a deeply oily, awful feeling instead of a pleasant one. Dallas McCoppin. Of all the people I expected to see, what are you possibly hoping to achieve?
I just want to get out of here, Klieg.
Then go. Leave. But first, tell me what you did. What brought you here? Who are those friends of yours? What is this? What are you doing? And he seems like actually frustrated, like this is a man that does not like not knowing things.
Tell you what, you let me fix that biosphere and I'll tell you exactly what I did.
Deal. Come on up. And he like sort of half comes out from behind the thing and waves a hand at it.
Dallas will swim over cautiously, keep on glancing back and forth between Klieg and whatever the fucking squid thing that grabbed Mateo was.
There is like a, not quite a roar, you are in the deep sea, but there is a rumbling that shakes your chest. And you see, as you look back over, Mateo is being pulled apart. And then a fucking sperm whale comes out of nowhere and bites a tentacle off. What's your plan?
Yeah, he's gonna cautiously swim up to the bathysphere or to the escape, module.
Mm-hmm.
He's gonna fix the piece that was pulled off.
Klieg does not interfere as you start doing that. He weirdly man of his word for now.
Right.
And is looking down, crouched down next to you, almost like an apprentice welder, kind of trying to figure out what you're doing, which is very bizarre because you're underwater and he's just standing there in a business suit. What is it you hope to accomplish here? We are everywhere, older than the sun. What do you think you are?
Well, right now, I think I'm trying to lay down a good beat on this thing and you keep on yapping. It's fucking annoying.
We're at the top of the round. Pheia, you are first.
I will hold to tell them no.
Good, because they actually go next.
Okay.
As a squad, they are going to open automatic fire on all of you. So there are 6 guys still standing. 3 of them will be shooting while 3 wait in reserve. One gets 2 successes. On a diff 12, he succeeds with 2 successes. But the other ones do not. So one guy is currently hitting Pheia. And he has enough to hit 2 of you.
All right, so Pheia is kind of using the scenario as she ducks behind the big mahogany desk, which is making some great impromptu cover. But she is also using like the reflective mirrored glass of the pyramid to kind of keep eyes on where the squads are moving and who's firing and doing what. And she will just bark out, "Stop!"
Roll me for bluster, Pheia. Every one of your successes will take away one of theirs.
I'm going to wager a conviction.
Have you...
I have not.
Bid conviction yet?
No.
Go ahead. How much you bidding?
Just the one. Six successes.
Remove all of his successes. Almost like in slow motion, Pheia, you see the one bring the gun up, and you can see the lines on both John and Nat. You know he is about to shoot them, maybe shoot them dead. And you also know these were at some point once human. And your connection to the messengers, you demand that they stop. And you can see him hesitate for just a second. In that split second, that's all it takes between your friends dead and them still alive and unharmed. And they are untouched, and no bullets hit marks. Todd.
I'm going to be splitting my actions, banking a dodge, and I'm going to maneuver around and shoot at the 3 that just fired and are going to be crouching to reload. Actually, no, I'm going to hit the ones that have not shot. Let's just fucking hit him. I have 4 successes to hit.
There's a +1 difficulty to hit them. Right? Still 4 successes?
No, 3.
Okay.
On me. That's 3 damage at each.
6 dice soak roll.
I'll take it.
They will each take 3 fucking damage as they soak nothing even with their armor.
And then I drop for cover.
That is 2 dead and 1 still up but gravely wounded.
Okay.
Nat.
So what Nat is going to try to do, seeing the grim red of the lights and the way that they're narrowed in, his guns pointed at her companions and stealth is out the window. She wants to protect her people. And she's looking down at her guns and she knows, like, they've given her lessons, but there's something she's better at. And this is the time for it. 3 successes.
They are at -3 difficulty to make any attacks against you. You may choose 2 other people in this room that will also gain the benefits of this protection for the next 3 rounds.
The cool moonlight emanates from the both of you, John and from Pheia, as well as Nat.
John.
I'm going to reload and make a single shot.
Okay. The one left standing that's about to shoot?
Yeah, that guy. I'm going to spend a willpower on this because I really want that guy to hurt, if nothing else. 3 successes.
2 roll over into damage.
Yeah, take 1.
This is still with a rifle, so it's armor piercing?
Yep.
He will soak nothing, and that will be the last one, and he will die. Clock says 7 minutes left. Outside in the dark water, even with discern up, the Dallas is starting to get a little tougher to see just because blood and ink are starting to fill the space as Mateo and this sperm whale are fighting this kraken to keep it away from wherever it's trying to attack.
Presumably Mateo's dead too, right?
Well, the only ones you see so far
fair.
are these 2. And to be clear, they are losing. Klieg is not yet interfered. Make me a crafts roll. I assume if you were trying to fix this thing.
Yeah.
You are looking for a total to fix this properly based on, like, what it is of 12 successes.
Ugh.
Now, these will be cumulative. If
6
you botch,
successes.
you will drop back to the beginning. 6 successes?
Yeah.
All right. You are literally halfway there with a single round. And Klieg, you notice like one of his hands is just kind of moving. You're a pretty perceptive guy. It is moving as the kraken is moving in the water. He's not like completely puppeting it. That's not the impression, but maybe more conducting or directing. He cannot expend his own special juice, but he can still point stuff in right directions. And you're only kind of getting this because you're this close to him as you're working, and like the light is flaring up. You do see he doesn't seem to like it when like the fucking welding light goes off. It's like a little bright for him. But he's still there looking at you and continues to talk. I saw some of what you and your ilk got up to. I was told there is a familiarity in the way that you move through the world, but not one that could yet be placed by memory. So I'm so curious, Mr. McCoppin. Tell you what, give me a satisfying answer and I will escort you and yours from here myself.
An answer about what? What we did here? Or who we are, what we are?
Yes. More the latter than the former. I know what you're trying to do. Even if you stop me here, I will go elsewhere.
Yeah, I kind of figured as much. For me, it started at the tower. Like a weird message, kind of like shot into my brain. A bright light kind of flashed in my eyes and I could just see everything.
You attacked one of the guards on the boat back to shore. You pulled off his mask.
It happened way before that.
Why did you pull off his mask? What led you to think that?
Well, yeah.
What led you to see us? All of us. And he, gestures down, standing atop this pyramid.
Just looking into the lights, man. Something clicked in the back of my head.
The light. And even though he's not physically talking, he, spits the word. At the end of the round, one of these massive, tree-tongue tentacles shoots out of the darkness and slams against the top of the pyramid. I will need inside and out to roll me stamina athletics. Good balance and things like that will apply here. Dallas, not to get thrown off from where you are. The rest of you, not to get knocked off your feet. And this will be actually a stamina, not a dexterity. You're trying to stay on your feet. Or Dallas, for you, stay where you are.
Does sailing count?
You know what? Yeah.
Okay.
How fucking bizarre is that? But yes.
Scuba would as well, right?
Scuba absolutely would as well.
Climbing?
Climbing, not so much.
Yeah, I don't know.
I have 3 successes.
Okay. All you need is 1.
3 successes.
3 successes.
3 successes.
4 successes.
4 successes.
2 successes.
Okay. Those of you inside will notice that the soldiers that are still up brace just a half second before an impact even happens. They were pre-warned that this was about to come. They do not need to make a check. The glass at the top of the pyramid has cracked slightly, and now this room is starting to fill with water. And as that happens, 4 massive sharks, varying sizes, varying species, come out of the darkness from lower down. Some of them still have freakish octopuses and weird shit hanging on them, being shredded just by the force of swimming. And they all go, as if hearing some unseen signal, to join the fight with Mateo and the sperm whale. There is now a slew of Rokia fighting to keep this thing from doing what Klieg wants it to do. And it is just you and Klieg up here. Inside. Pheia.
Second sight says these people aren't human, right?
They have definitely been corrupted.
How injured are each of them?
One is a little injured, one is moderately injured, and one is pretty injured.
So Pheia will take a hit of her inhaler and draw in a deep breath, looking, using the reflections of the glass of the pyramid. And normally respire is something known as the kiss of life, but if you use it on something corrupted, it's actually more like a kiss of death, but you don't actually need to have physical contact for that. So Pheia is literally going to try and suck the life out of him.
Roll dexterity plus mercy, difficulty 6. It has 2 successes to resist.
I have 5 successes.
So, you will do 3 levels of lethal damage to it, and you will gain 1 conviction. You pull its monstrous nature, its life force, from it, from across the room, healing your connection to the messengers and hurting it. The thing about Redeemers is that sometimes when you know something cannot be redeemed, it needs to be cold to make room for those that can. I assume that you were doing this against the most heavily injured one.
I'll do it against the one that is most likely to go down. So, yeah,
and
the most injured one.
as Pheia does that, it takes 3 lethal damage, dropping it dead. And one of them, as Pheia looks at it in the reflection and inhales in her inhaler, suddenly can't breathe itself and drops dead.
Pheia just quietly releases her breath after holding it. Probably a little longer than she usually does when she takes a hit of the inhaler.
And when you release that breath, it does not taste like yours. The 2 remaining gunmen will switch tactics and will both take half actions and split actions to load and then point up at the leaking ceiling and start unloading. The ceiling, for a moment, there was the thought that it may just shatter under the combined fire of these guns. It does not, but the crack widens and the water continues to pour in now faster than before. The water in this room is now up to everyone's ankles. Obviously, if this were a normal facility, everyone would be fucking dead. But whatever surrounds this place that keeps it normal, that keeps it in a state of stasis, the water is pouring in, but you do get the impression, just like before, too much damage to this thing, when it collapses, will just pulverize. You will just turn to mist as the pressure differential comes through. For now, however, we go to Todd's turn.
Okay, to our left, I swap to fire axe, and I rush the one that's lightly damaged.
Is this still a cleave attack?
Yes.
Okay.
3 successes to hit. Nope, nothing.
Nothing?
Nope, terrible roll.
Okay.
Do you have a destiny for it?
Nope.
He gets an arm up in the way, and it gets caught on, like, the tatters of his armor.
I will stay up on him with a burning axe and see if that keeps his attention.
Nat.
She'll swap guns. She does not have the elegance of those who are more accustomed to guns in this party. She's going to attempt to shoot the one that's farther, the one that's not interlocked with a battle axe.
Dexterity plus firearms?
Yep.
Half your pool.
Do I get a tactics die?
Yes.
Does steady count as a spec?
Yes.
I'm going to spend a willpower. 2 successes.
1 will carry over into damage.
Okay. It's 7.
7. He will soak 1, take 6 lethal, and die.
As Nat levels the shotgun, this weighs on her. The shotgun becomes heavy in her hands, and that steadiness that was guiding her now feels leaden. But there's one last guy.
John.
I'm going to go over the barrier, move in close and around Todd, and take 2 close shots at this guy at point blank range. Point blank is -2 diff.
-2 diff.
Got it. 3 successes on the first one. 5 successes on the second one.
Hell yeah, John.
4 damage for the first shot.
He will take 1 lethal.
4 damage for the second
He will
shot.
take 1 more lethal. He is still on his feet, but he is heavily wounded. He rolled 3 to soak for both. There is just one guy fighting all of you, multiple bullets in him. Water is now rising past your ankles in this room. It is freezing. It hurts anywhere it soaks through cloth, it touches skin. It's like a million needles jabbing your flesh. It is cold beyond belief. And out in that water, Dallas, it is your action. At the top of the round here, I'm going to actually ask you, this is just a reflexive. I want you to make me a perception empathy roll while Klieg is talking to you.
If you don't have empathy...
No penalty, you just roll me your perception.
Okay, cool. A single success in that roll.
Single success. Klieg is going to roll. You couldn't expect to really get what is underlying him out here, considering everything else that is going on. And this guy is a master manipulator that goes back decades, let alone just being totally inhuman. But there is something about his casualness out here in talking to you that is setting you a little on edge. More than just the fucking bizarre-ass nature of everything that is going on. It is your action, however. You are halfway to your successes to repair the damage that he had done by casually snapping off a piece of the metal with his hands.
I will be spending a point of willpower on this.
Okay.
With a willpower, that's 6 successes.
Which is exactly enough to fix it. Now, here's my question to you. Are you going to keep him talking out here? Or are you going to pretend you haven't fixed it yet?
Yes, I'm going to continue talking while I'm kind of expecting it. In fact, I think what I'm going to do at this point is I'm going to start fiddling with the tank that feeds the welder.
Mm-hmm.
Basically looking at like to how I could damage the valve on the small tank, that if it broke would be an improvised little metal projectile that would go rocketing off to smash into Klieg.
I want you to make me 2 rolls.
Yeah.
First, I want a subterfuge manipulation.
Yep.
And then we will see if you are given the opportunity to make that second crafts roll.
2 successes.
Make me a crafts roll.
4 successes.
With 4 successes, you think you could do it. You need a little, like, improvised weapon here. And you get it done. Klieg continues to look, and occasionally his eyes dart away from you and up towards the battle that is, if you were on land, would be in the sky. It's one of the things that, I mean, as a diver, you know, that, like, is the most disorienting when you are human is that you are used to existing on a 2-dimensional plane. And up, down, left, right are all places of attack down here. That it can be very disorienting, not knowing what's down from up. But this titanic battle is happening above you, and he occasionally glances up to them as you're working.
So, Klieg,
He pulls his eyes back.
you want to know about what we accomplished down here?
I am curious what possessed you of the gall.
Well, one, whatever the light, wherever it comes from, it told me that you guys are corrupted.
Of course the light would say that about us. We who existed before it.
Sure. Weird way to look at things, man.
It's the truth.
Is it?
You'll have to trust me on this one, I suppose, Mr. McCoppin.
I don't really trust you on much.
On this you can be assured.
Evil assholes like you always believe their own mythology.
What is evil?
Yeah, that word right there.
He kind of lifts a finger up and kind of just point at the air, like,
The fact that you're trying to go into a monologue about what is evil. I mean, have you ever watched a fucking movie, man?
No, I'm usually too busy to watch films.
Well, obviously we saved that sperm whale there.
I see. You're the ones who let it loose?
Yeah.
Disappointing.
And the shark that you were keeping down there as well.
And he reaches into his pocket when you say you let the rorqual loose and pulls out a gas-powered pistol and is going to shoot you in the head. Pheia.
This just needs to be done, and so Pheia will take another hit of her inhaler.
Let him roll it.
Six successes.
And he fucking drops dead.
And I get 3 conviction.
Yes. As you are looking at him, and it is fucking bright in here, although some of them are starting to like be less bright as the water starts to like knock them over and overtake them. the dead bodies that are beginning to float. And you see him drop his gun and go to literally quick draw. He has the skill quick draw. A pistol to put into Todd's stomach and pull multiple times. And you take a breath on your inhaler, and before his finger can squeeze the trigger, because he is next to act, he drops dead.
Pheia watches the man kind of slump to the ground, and in this moment, considering how full of bullets this guy must be, there's this moment where she realizes this guy did not have a choice in this fight. He was being marched to his death, and that was not his choice. As she took the breath and the monstrousness from him, she can't help but feel like maybe for this once, this was truly an act of mercy, just to let it be done for him.
I offer a hand. Come on, we gotta get up there.
Pheia will put a hand out and start climbing.
I'm gonna get up there with Ward up.
Yeah, I'm following suit.
Pheia will reach down for Nat, so that they're kind of like sandwiched in the middle. I presume Todd's going up first, taking point.
Yeah, the hope is to have the reach of my ward go beyond the border of the...
Knock his ass away from Dallas.
Yeah.
As Nat is reaching back up, the world has been so strange. There's the red glimmer of the flares, there's the glow of her own powers, there's darkness, more dark than she could ever comprehend, and the lines seem blurry, and Nat isn't quite sure if she's seeing color the right way anymore. But she can see Pheia. She can see the way out. She takes her hand as she goes.
As you guys all crawl into the escaped bathysphere, Lex,
Yeah.
I'm going to roll 2 stamina rolls.
I have 6 successes.
So 6 successes on the first one. The first one will fail.
6 twice.
6 twice? All right. Now for the second one. He has 5. So as you get up, as you are climbing in to the bathysphere, Nat, you feel something cold and slimy whip out of the dark water and the bright like flares and wrap around your ankle. A small octopus with a brand for monster burning on its forehead attempts to ride you up into the bathysphere to get... You can tell because it is right there, it is just fucking glaring up at Todd. But unfortunately, as you pull up into it, it is knocked away back into the water and cannot follow.
Your attention is brought to this fact by Nat letting out a small yelp, and then reflexively, like, kicking out that leg.
Klieg is going to miss his first shot at you. Just he pulls it out, puts it right up to your head. Right before he pulls the trigger, he is pushed away from you. As you hear clanging inside the bathysphere that you are next to, and the shot goes wide.
I'm gonna pull up the tank and break the end of it so that as he's getting pushed, he's gonna get slammed by like the pressure of a compressed gas tank, slamming him out into deeper water. Right? Improvised weapon?
Athletics, dexterity.
Spending a point of willpower.
Absolutely. Man, you guys got to be gassed on willpower.
I have a scuba spec in athletics, but I don't think it applies here.
Honestly, dude,
because I'm firing a scuba tank.
Honestly, I'm like,
Sorry, you're fighting
if
a
it was
what
like
kind
a
of
weapon
tank?
spec.
if it would ever apply,
7 successes.
he gets his defense because of his thing.
Fuck.
He doesn't get a defense because he rolled like ass. Fuck. I don't want to do this. Roll me 8 dice of bashing damage. I mean, it's coming full fucking force and hitting him in the chest.
Yeah,
It's gonna hurt.
Really, more than the punch, I want to see if he's just innately immune to the pressure out there, or if he has to turn powers on to do
you
that.
are aware of what's going on. 100% a good thing to check.
So, bashing damage.
Yeah,
Just 2 levels of bashing damage.
he will soak him. He is shot out past where you are pretty sure the, like, pressure, haze, whatever keeps it around this place is. And he is, like, shot out there into the darkness. And then rolls out of it and just fucking glares daggers at you. He is surviving quite well out there.
Do I see the tank get flattened?
The tank is, like, flattened and crushed out there, and he is next to it and just looks so pissed. However, his fucking gas pistol also is crushed out there. He no longer has a gun.
Yeah.
Clear, like, he's been so smug, and now he's just clearly pissed off at you. With the Rorqual thing, and now this.
After letting that tank loose, I will immediately start swimming for my life for the door.
We're gonna do some, like, chase mechanics here. I want I want your athletics, and he's gonna... Actually, he does not have to do an athletics, he just has a swim speed. So, he moves his body like a fucking dolphin eel, and just is propelling himself towards.
Can Garrett cut some time by coming in through the hole in the ceiling?
Yeah, absolutely. He might risk getting cut up in the hole, but... and falling and hurting himself, but it would save time.
5 successes to swim to the door.
Okay, are you going to the door or the hole?
No, fuck it. I think I'm gonna go in the hole.
All right, here's what I want.
Yeah.
I want a dexterity athletics to fit through the hole, and then I want a soak roll as you fall 15 feet. That is into water. It has been fucking filling up, but still. And as you are going through the hole here, by the way, I just want to say to the table, 5 minutes.
5 successes to get through the hole.
Done. And without getting stuck with the scuba tank, and without cutting yourself on the, let's call it hyperglass.
And a soak roll?
And now a soak roll. You are falling into water because the water has been filling up in here for a little bit, so it's just diff 4, and you are trying to soak against 2 bashing.
I'll take 2 bashing.
You land on the tank.
Yeah, I'm hurt.
You need to get out of the tank and the flippers to be able to get up that ladder in the tube to get up to where the others are. While you are down here.
Do I see the branded monster?
Immediately. Because of where he is, he can no longer hide.
Do we need to roll initiative?
Yes, we do.
$19.
He is going on a 15. He's a quick little fuck, but not as fast as Dallas.
Stay right there, you little monster.
Burden.
Despite him being real little, you're looking at a diff 7.
-1 die for being hurt. I have 3 rounds of him standing there.
Okay. He cannot move.
I take on my flippers just staring at this little shit.
He, like, is glaring at you, too, despite the fact that this is an octopus. Just glaring like, these motherfuckers! You take the tank off.
Tank off, flippers off, and I start climbing the ladder.
It is at this point that you see Klieg swimming down the waterfall into this room after you. This is what I want, and this is how we're going to do it. We are going to do an initiative roll between you and Klieg. If you go first, you can get into the bathysphere without him grabbing you.
Okay.
Roll off.
How much of this can we see?
Under the ladder, you can see him. So you don't necessarily see him, like, burdening the thing, but you do see him, like, stripping the stuff off and staring at something and, like, climbing up the ladder after you guys now. Klieg rolled a 1 on the die.
I rolled a 9.
Okay, what you got?
So that means I have a 17.
Which is higher than Klieg.
I flip Klieg off and climb up into the bathysphere.
He is, like, climbing up after you, but you are too fast, and the hatch is shut, and all of the hunters are in the escape bathysphere. You also happen to have, a little waterlogged at this point, the escape instructions for how to get the fuck out of here, so there is no roll necessary to activate the escape pod.
There we go.
Klieg begins swimming after you guys as the bathysphere rises. as you guys are going up through, you see the continued battle of the fucking Rokia and this massive thing, which is now moving much slower than you saw it before. The sperm whale has like these nasty claw marks all down its body. It is bleeding profusely, but Pheia, you see it, and you get this sense of like rage-filled triumph as it is just eating. One of the squid's eyes is just black. You continue to rise towards the surface. You see Klieg swimming after you. He is fucking fast. He is faster than what you see as he is kicking towards the surface. He realizes he can't catch you. You can watch him through like the portholes in the bathysphere here. He begins to swim back down as like something occurs to him. And then you see the facility go up. The like little black form of him swimming in the water is lost in a fireball. And the bathysphere shoots back up, and eventually you start to see light again out of like the endless darkness of where you were. And it rises and rises until it bobs on the surface. And the surface is still choppy. It is still storming, but not nearly as bad as when you first got here. Whatever was going crazy either is going crazy in a different direction, or the winds or whatever have started to die. It is still a nasty storm. Those of you who do not have sea legs, this feels awful. You may be nauseous, but you are here. There is an exit. You turn the crank and open it to get out, if you so require. You are up, floating about a few hundred feet off from where Texas Tower 2 still is. Standing but shaking, and you can see it starting to collapse. Do you open the bathysphere?
What did the instructions say?
It said open them, and it should work.
Hey,
Oh, yeah, right. I can take a look.
yeah.
You
Yeah.
can take a look.
Yeah. John, you mind preview of coming attractions?
I got like, bro.
It's been a long day. Come on.
If blood is bubbling up in a pink foam out of our mouths, let's not do it.
I
if
agree
anything
with
bad
that.
happens when I do it, we're not going to do it.
Good call.
Yeah. I'm going to take a look to see what happens if we open that.
You look, you open it, and thanks to Foresee, you know that coming up and taking the one out of the executive office was the right choice, because they obviously saved the good shit for the executives, and it works. Whatever bullshit, whatever magic, whatever blessing or miracle or whatever was on this thing works, and you see yourselves open it and then just be there bobbing like the fucking space capsule on the ocean.
It's good to open.
Pheia will get to opening it.
As you open it, you taste fresh air, not whatever Klieg proprietary trimix bullshit was down there keeping all this stuff working. You taste fresh, actual ocean air. And you hear the storm still, but it is lesser, and you hear a loud noise, and there is a chopper overhead, and a ladder and ropes drop down near the capsule. And your pilot looks out from, and he goes, "Sorry about that. You folks ready to go?"
Yes, please.
Yeah, wait.
I start climbing.
Yep.
All of you get in to the chopper. The static on the radio is still less, and obviously the pilot is awake. Those of you who still have the sight up, their discern up, or whatever is going on, can see that while he is still weird, something's wrong with him, he does not appear to be infected. As you are pulling away, you see bloody corpses all over Texas Tower 2. Some of them torn in half, some of them probably eaten or bitten in half. And you make your way back west towards Massachusetts, away from Texas Tower. We're time skip a little bit. 4th of July comes. There's a big beach party sponsored by Endron. No one gets sick. None of you notice anymore. It's the disappearances and things start to go away. None of you hear from Tran. He just apparently decided he wanted no fucking part and disappeared while you guys were gone. None of your names appear in the news in regards to Katie's murder, in regards to disappearances, in regards to anything that went on with the Sharks or with Texas Tower 2. It's like Endron doesn't even know you exist. So I want to go around the table real quick as we jump forward. So this week, all over HunterNet, the week after you guys get back, if you check, if you do anything, the world has gone insane. But you have all done your parts here at the beginning of it, even though no one may understand what you did. So we're going to jump us forward a few months. I want to ask everybody one question, and it's... I don't want to end on a downer after the heroics that everybody did, but one thing about the hunt is no matter how bad it gets, you can never quite escape it. So I want to ask everybody, if I can, one thing. What is just one minor thing, whether it's somebody you saw at the grocery store or whether it's something that's going on, what is one small thing that inevitably drew you back into the hunt after everything that happened here?
Todd tries to lay low, but there's still that family that was infected, and there's still consequences lingering for it. So after some time, he finds himself researching and trying to make contact with people who may have stories and cures and saving people from it. And inevitably, that brings him back into contact with HunterNet and other imbued.
Dallas ended up finding a small garage where he could kind of stay away from the water and just collected scrap and work on welding together old cars, occasionally making a little sculpture piece for himself, but just kind of laid low as he kind of started to like get used to having a new identity. But I think he would often go to a local diner, and some of the regulars there he would just kind of pay attention to. There was a younger family that would always show up, and the husband went missing, and no one would listen about what happened to him. And eventually just Dallas just couldn't help but poking his head to look into what exactly had happened there.
Weeks after Pheia got home, there was a waterlogged, torn note that she had thrown into the sea on her doorstep. And you know in your heart the addressee is the one who brought it. And with that in mind, what drew Pheia back into the hunt?
Pheia spends a lot of time at first just trying to be a person again, away from the hunt. She gets back to a full-time schedule at her job. Eventually a shift manager position opens up, and she's actually able to start putting her master's degrees to work for her. It keeps her close to the water. and it keeps her close to the people. She notices an uptick in those who will never come into the smithy, but they stand outside and listen to the stories. And there are some, particularly here, who wear sealskins and watch her with big brown eyes.
What draws John back into the hunt?
Unfortunately, I can't just stop doing this for a while. I did tell someone that I would figure out how to bind a demon.
Then maybe you never stopped at all.
And unfortunately, that means going out there and dealing with people who know about binding demons. And unfortunately, that is usually not good either. So probably going to call my buddy Todd.
Todd, what draws you back into the hunt? John does.
It's John every time.
When looking for answers, talking to people who know things on HunterNet, one of the things that you'll notice is that Violin 99 has disappeared. That the last anyone knows, he sent out an SOS. That he couldn't trust his own mind.
Nat fights tooth and nail to get back to India, to get back to her family. For the week after all this happens, it's a cold panic because nothing is working, there's no flights.
The red star burns and the storm destroys the world, and there is no way to get to your family during the week it happens.
And she's desperate. She'll try anything. So she's driving anywhere to get to any boat, but she knows that the boats aren't... She knows so well how the boats might be being affected right now. So for that week, she's constant motion. Desperation, trying to get pieces of news. In a similar way, she's never dropping the hunt, but this is her hunt. To make sure that the people she loves the most are all right. But eventually the week breaks. She manages to get across the ocean. Does it any way she can. She rides with help organizations, rides with the desperate. It is a raw, rough, dusty journey.
After weeks of search, weeks of finding all these new problems, all these new horrors that have been unleashed on the world, on this part of the world, both supernatural and mundane.
Because it's destroyed, right?
It is destroyed. One night, at the cusp of giving up hope, and that is a jaded innocent. Giving up hope is both impossible for her and not new territory.
It's always so close, but she never really manages to figure out how to do it. Seeing places that she would have recognized, but they're so torn apart.
And when that dam finally starts to break, from through a refugee camp comes a voice. Niyati?
Path of Night, Brine and Blood is an actual play Hunter the Reckoning podcast set in the world of darkness. Dallas McCoppin was played by Garrett Gabbey. John Spencer was played by Tim Davis. Pheia Quinn was played by Erika Webb. Nat Chowdhurani was played by Rebecca Steigelfest. Todd Keating was played by Lex Lopez. Your storyteller was Rob Muirhead. This episode edited by Rob Muirhead. The theme music used in this episode was Sadness Room by Dennis Goncharov. Find their music online at pixabay.com. Character art by Jay Steele. Find more of their work at Steel Art on Bluesky. Brine and Blood uses the revised edition of Hunter the Reckoning with a few limited house rules. Hunter the Reckoning and the World of Darkness are owned by Paradox Interactive. Make sure to subscribe to us on Spotify, Apple Podcast, or wherever you find your podcasts. You can find us on YouTube at youtube.com/pathofnight. You can help support the show at ko-fi.com/pathofnight. And you can find us at Path of Night Podcast on Bluesky, Twitter, and Facebook, or email us at pathofnightpodcast@gmail.com. Take back the Night Hunters.
In New Haven, Connecticut, a yellow taxicab pulls up near the shore for a weird call from a payphone from a decent-looking, kind of waterlogged Hispanic guy. And Lex, I'm going to ask you to do something real quick for me. Could you voice Ramirez real fast? This guy is just standing there, looking sogging wet, and then gets into the back of the cab and goes, "Hey, I know this is gonna be fucking weird, but how far do you drive? Like, can you take me to Rhode Island and go to the beach?"
You want to get all the way to Rhode Island?
I mean, not exactly where I want to be here.
I tell you what, friend. I'll get you there. We'll stop for some food.
That sounds great. I haven't eaten hot food in a while.
All right, you come to the right place.
You're, and he looks up at the cab license. You're, Ramirez? Is that your name?
Ramirez, that's right.
Nice to meet you. I'm Mateo, but some of my new friends call me Devours the Kraken.
Ain't you fancy? All right, let's go.
And they start to drive up the coast. I eventually put on the radio. Local news, national news, talking about the riots that have been going up, talking about the blackouts that have been happening up the East Coast. Just all this horrible, apocalyptic seeming shit as this red star burns in the sky. The radio eventually flips to talking about riots, like severe, deadly riots, mass hysteria that is going on in Los Angeles. Just a couple days after a massive 8.2 earthquake shook the city apart.